Alright, motherfucker, listen up. This is for the fucking homies steady giving no fucks. If you wanna join the party, put your middle fingers up. And when the music fucking hits, you better jump, jump, jump.
Right now. What's up, peeps? Everything good? Sound good? Everything okay? I hope everything is good, y'all. How you guys doing, man? Salute to the chat. Already in the building. How about Miss Harry Knuckles? Says, praying for surgery. Praying your surgery goes well. Fuck the haters. That's right. Fuck them. That's right. Yeah. Let's get this party started, right? Let's get this party started quickly. How y'all doing? It's good morning to you, Stacy. How about that, Leesky? Good morning, baby. Good morning, Leesky. Good morning, Harry Knuckles. Lorna Wells, good morning. You're still in the hospital? You're in the hospital, Lorna? Hi, Catco. How are you? Texas, Yvette. What's up, Yvette? Florida, life in the sun. I bet that's nice. What's good, girl? What's good, Angela? What's poppin', Indian? How you doing today? Earth Angel in the building with Harry Knuckles. How you guys living? That's good. That's good. Bobby, what's up, Bobby? Josie, good morning to you as well. Good morning, everyone. I might as well say this. Earth Angel makes a hell of a good chili. Her chili is fire. It is. I had a nice big fat bowl of it last night. It's good chili, y'all. Hello there, good guy, Gertie. How are you? You're still in there? I'm not at the hospital. You're still in the hospital? Oh, I'm not understanding, Lorna. You're still in the hospital? Hello, Cinnamon Girl. Yeah, she makes a good chili. She does. Shout out to Earth Angel bringing me some chili, y'all. Shout out to Earth Angel. For everybody that says I live in low income and all that, well, there's your proof. Yum, yum. It is good. It was good. It was very good. Good to hear, good guy, Gertie. Well, today I want to start with something a little different. I want to start with someone that was arrested for attempted murder that only did 1 year. Now he's out on parole. But I want to start with that because I'm here to tell you it's a good thing. It's a good thing, man. This is where the justice system does work. This is where the justice system does pay off. I don't know if you guys follow UFC fighting like I do, but a few years ago, I think it was just like 2, because he only did 1 year. 2 years ago, there was a UFC fighter that someone had bothered his child. So what did he do? He took the law into his own hands and went to murder that guy. Unfortunately, he didn't get to murder him, but he did shoot at him and all that. Yeah, she's got it all wrong, don't she, Earth? They just lie, man. People just lie. What's up, Fox? Prayers, Lorna, for real, for real. Yes, prayers to you. I'm sorry to hear that, Lorna. I was lost for a little bit, but now I get it. Oh my God, the live didn't start automatically. I've been sitting in the lobby looking dumb. I don't know why it does that and why it doesn't. I got it on auto start. But I want to bring this up because this man's name is Cain Velasquez. Cain Velasquez. Someone tried to molest his child, so he went and did something for his own damn self. He went to go get him, like any other parent would do, right? Any other parent that I know of would come after you if you touched their child. And I would too. But seeing this shows that there's a little bit of help along the way, y'all. Just a little bit. He only did 1 year. He did 1 year in prison. And today, he's on parole. Shout out to Cain.
A former mixed martial arts fighter from the South Bay is out on parole less than a year after being sentenced for attempted murder. Cain Velasquez was convicted of shooting a man and wounding a family member during a high-speed chase in Morgan Hill back in 2022.
Yeah, but it wasn't for the high-speed chase. He chased him down and was going to murder him, dude. The man, and this guy's a fighter. Look how big he is. He could have put his hands all over him, but you touch someone's child, and I'm sorry, you're going to get the worst of the man. You're going to get the worst, man. Because 2D1 scum going to be crying you got chili, my friend, from a friend. Oh, no. She's going to be mad somebody brung me chili. Whippity-doo fucking die. Go cry me a fucking river. None of it's going to stop me from reporting on the truth. I don't give a fuck. You motherfuckers are weak with y'all shit. Play if you want to. That's all I'm going to say.
Was accused of molesting Velasquez's then 4-year-old son at a daycare. He has pled not guilty in that case and is still the man he was chasing was accused of molesting Velasquez's then 4-year-old son at a daycare. He has pled not guilty in that case and is still awaiting trial. Velasquez was handed a 5-year prison term for the shooting. His punishment included 3 years' time served while awaiting sentencing.
Imagine that, bro. Good God said, eat, drink, do edibles. That's part of eating. And be married, my friend. Fuck her. I am. I don't give a damn what she says about me. I could give a fuck less. Look at her. She talks about somebody's fucking job and how much I get on donations and shit. Bitch, you don't work at all. So what the fuck are you doing? Shut the fuck up. You fucking old hag. You mags, ain't nobody want to fuck your ugly ass. All you motherfuckers get on here and get wrapped up about fucking dudes you'll never
From the
fuck.
highway? No.
Dudes that you'll never see. Dudes that are just using you. Who gives a fuck? Fuck these people. I don't give a fuck. I'll say whatever I want up here. I don't give a fuck. They don't run nothing on this channel, y'all. Nothing.
A former mixed martial arts fighter.
You're allowed
from the South
to say or do whatever the fuck you want in this channel, too. Guess what? Toddy don't run this motherfucker. Only thing Toddy knows how to do is run her mouth. Did a whole stream today about me, but had to put the Whitaker name in it. Why'd you do that, Toddy? Because I ain't got nothing to do with the Whitaker, you dumb broad. You just had to do it so people would come see it. You can't get no views without the Whitakers, Toddy. We know that. She should mind her own business. They're making her look stupid. They really are. All they're doing is flip-flopping now. Who's following it this way? Who's doing it this way? I don't give no fucks. I don't pander to people. I don't care if you get Susan on your channel to talk about what she gave me. Sorry, I don't pander to people that give me money. I don't. You want to donate? Donate. If you don't, don't. I'm not going to just pander to you, though. I'm not going to say, well, she gives me money, so I'm going to do what she wants. Nah, ain't going to happen. Sorry about your luck. Ain't going to happen. I would go to prison as well, too. She's going to see Justin. Good for her. But I thought she's running around scared of me. I thought she's running around scared of me. See what I mean? Ain't nobody. She just lies, bro. Well, get your ass moving to Florida then, bitch. We don't give a fuck. Bye. Bye. Bitch, wait till I'm healed. I'll go everywhere where you motherfuckers are at. Watch. Think I won't? Think I won't? I'll roll right up on all y'all. Y'all won't say shit to me. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And I'm not pandering to people. I'm sorry. That's not the way you do content. That sounds like the way she does content. But I'm not going to pander. Not going to do it. Something seriously wrong? I'm going to need 2 dick pics for all that money I donated, AD. Oh, thank you, Sarah.
But I like doing what I do. I don't like to say.
Yeah, she don't appear scared when she's raging. Like, shut up, crybaby. Y'all but sound like a bunch of bitches over his Whitaker content. Y'all do. Y'all sound like a bunch of hurt women. You are, I guess. So we got the sun coming up. Ain't that beautiful? Oh, she's going to Florida to get that coochie ate. That tongue. I don't know why you would go visit Justin. That dude has nothing to do with the Whitakers. Nothing. Nobody cares about where she goes. You're exactly right. Nobody gives 2 fucks. I know, Sarah. I don't know. A few more donations. I might send a couple. Oh, man. Trust me, if my dick pics were floating around, you'd know. You would know for sure.
Coming back out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What we got?
Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh, FedEx.
We love our FedEx people.
Shout out to Leesky. Making them mad. Making them mad. Shout out to Leesky. With that dono. Oh, let me play this real quick for him.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
Holy shit.
Shout out to my girl, Leesky. That's my girl, my home girl.
Right now, 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 right now.
Oh, Harry Knuckles says she ready. She wants that pick right now, right?
Right now, 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 right now.
And shout out to the chat for the donos. I appreciate y'all, man.
They say that FedEx always delivers. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, tornadoes.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because I just got a package that wasn't delivered on time because of the snow. So that's not true. They don't always deliver.
You see FedEx out there delivering. UPS too.
Oh, we got the dono, please. That's right. I fucking love y'all, man. FedEx always delivers to the wrong address. Dude, I had a package delivered one time, and they took the picture, and the picture wasn't nowhere. I don't even know where the package was, bro. It was gone. They dropped it off on somebody else's fucking doorstep. I was like, what? They stole your package? Ooh-wee. Let's get our screen. Let's get our chat up here. We'll probably be here for a while today. I'm just burning time so I can go have my surgery. Then I'm all about healing up, y'all. Shout out to my girl, Native Virgo. Native Virgo. Native Virgo. You should have made it a super chat so we can move the goal. But that's okay, Native. I love you anyway, baby. It's all good. It's all good. They'll be like, well, AD's so greedy. AD's so greedy. He wanted her to give a super chat instead of a super sticker. He's so greedy. You're so fucking stupid. Idiots. What's up, Elizabeth? What's up, Josie? Yeah, there ain't nothing to keep up with, Josie. There's nothing going on with the Whitakers. Absolutely nothing. Except for Patrick goes to court on the 19th for probation violation. Tottie's mad at you guys for donating to me, so make her mad more. Make her mad more. I don't need Susan. Are you stupid? I was getting donations and people were supporting this channel long before the Whitakers were ever even spoke about. Long before that. Long before I ever even knew who you were, Toddy. So what do you think? You're going to stop it all of a sudden?
All right.
Good luck. Shout out to my girl Native. She did super chat. I'm super chat. She ain't mad, Toddy.
Right now, 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 right now.
Funny thing is, when she was just live with that one Rebecca chick, I left a message on her chat too. I told her, I said, if you got something to say to me, drop the fucking link. Drop the link. You know what? She had me blocked, so she can't see. Shout out to my girl, Earth Angel, with the $10 cash app. She said, let's go. Fire chili too, by the way. Fire chili.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, see, I don't have anything to lie about. I have nothing to lie about. I'm 47 years old, got no reason to lie about shit. I invited Earth Angel into my home. Does it look like I've been lying about anything, Earth Angel? Earth Angel's seen both of my vehicles. Like this, does it look like that appear to you that I have been lying about anything, Earth Angel? Does it just appear to you that way? Pulling out chunks of your hair. Well, you know what that is, good God? That's called pussy. That's called scary. She can't control the comments when she's on a live stream. She can block them and kick you out when it's on the comment section. See how weak that is? She wanted you to show your face. Well, I've seen you in person. In person.
Cameraman on the right a little bit. Every media out here is cool. They're really cool out here. I only saw one time where one guy was mad that someone else was in front of his camera shot.
Really?
But I think everyone here, like all the journalists, when something's going down, they all line up and no one goes in front of someone else. You know, they all line up and everyone gets a spot.
Well, I appreciate all the OGs, man. Shout out to all the OGs of Aggressive Defiance. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, Earth Angel came by. We smoked one. We chit-chatted for about an hour at least an hour. Her daughter's such a beautiful soul. Yeah. Truthful shit. Next time, tell her to drop the link for me since she got so much to say. We could talk it out right there on her live. She might get some views on it.
In their lane. Usually some people say
Earth Angel said he is so clean. I'm just I don't know why I'm that way, Earth. My mom did that to me. I literally cannot even, I can't stand to see like a piece of crumb on the ground. It's so weird of me. I know, but yeah, Earth was a good guest too. She was good. They were good people, man.
You mind moving over a little bit? You're in front of the shot, no problem. You know what I mean?
Nancy Guthrie, y'all. I think she's going to be found passed away.
Work out here. Everybody.
Oh, I know. I've seen all of her comments. I've seen it all. I don't watch her, guys. Like, when I tell you I don't care what she says about me, I don't care. I promise you. I don't give two fucks. I don't care.
wants to know what happened to Nancy. What's the latest? What's the latest? Where are we going? Now, at the same time, you have all types of journalists, photographers at all key locations.
It's
They
a
got
bunch of
eyes on the Pima
backbiting
County
is what it
Sheriff's
is.
Office. They got eyes on the FBI office.
I'm cool
They
on
got
that.
eyes on the homes. They got eyes all over the
She had to
place.
bring me up
Cameras
to
all over
talk
the
about
place.
the Whitaker
Something pops
situation.
off.
Like, I don't have
One of these
a
networks.
fourth letter, huh? A fourth letter to TMZ. Oh boy, this is getting out of hand. If there's another letter, bro. Yep. Wow. Holy shit, dude. Man. Dude, come on, y'all. This is getting wild, man. This is getting wild. A fourth letter?
It is Monday morning. We have received a fourth letter from the same person who says that he knows where Nancy Guthrie is and he wants money in return for the information. Essentially, he wants the reward. So I have something to say to you. And I have already talked to the FBI about this.
Oh, he's going to speak.
If you are not real, you're committing a crime.
Yeah.
And you should know that. And this is a serious federal crime. If you are real, this is the fourth letter you've sent. And I should tell everybody that in this letter, it says, I know what I saw 5 days ago south of the border, and I was told to shut up, so I know who he is. And that was definitely Nancy with them. This is the second time he has referred to more than one person involved in this. He said there is a main person and there are
South of the
others, and he
border.
said it here. He is saying that Nancy was taken to Mexico. Now, this is what he's saying. I'm not going to vouch for him, but this is the fourth letter. We have sent them all on to the FBI.
I'm not going to lie. I thought they took her across the border too.
And he also says one of the reasons
know,
he's
good
worried
God.
about coming forward is he has a record. He has a burglary on his record from 10 years ago. So
Uh-oh.
I don't know if you're real or not, if you're watching this, but if you are,
Thank you,
and I have
Nate.
told the FBI that we're going to do this. They know this.
Hey, 1985. How are you, Streets?
If you're worried about getting this money, and you really do have this information,
Give it
send
up.
it to us. You're sending us these letters.
Yeah.
Send it to us. We will forward it to the FBI. And that way there's a record that we have that you supplied this information. If they find her and they find the kidnapper, then at least there is evidence, because we have it, that you're the one who provided the information. So this is a way for you to get that money if this really is legitimate. Send us the information. We will pass it on to the FBI. Okay, that said,
Holy moly, dude. Y'all really think that she's across the border? I thought so. But then the person acts like they just ran into her, right? How would he know who was the main person then? You know what I mean? If he just ran into her, I hope you get well, 85. If the person said, I could tell you who the main person is, but then they just said they kind of just stumbled up on him and they knew it was Nancy in the car and it's across the border.
couple of points. One is the glove. I hope that glove has DNA that leads authorities to this kidnapper. But it is weird to me because if somebody is
He had 2 gloves on.
at that house
He did.
and they take Nancy and they get in a car to drive off, the first thing they're going to
You're
do
right,
is take
Fox.
the gloves.
You're right. You're right. She ain't across the border. How would you get her across the border without sneaking her back across? I mean, you could sneak her back, I guess. But like, yeah, you could probably sneak her back if you throw her in the trunk. They don't search every trunk. I had the same thought, Elaine. I kind of had the same thought too, because I don't see him keeping her near there, especially not if it's a hostage situation. I don't see him keeping her near there. But across the border, he's definitely exaggerating a little bit, 85. I'm pretty sure of that. Harvey Levin is an actor too. Yeah, you're right, Sarah.
Off because it's real hard to drive with gloves like that. And if the gloves go off and they're placed in the car, how does it end up 2 miles away on the side of the road?
Yeah.
It just is weird. It just is OJ-esque and doesn't make sense. And the other thing is that, you know, there are different theories here about, was this a burglary? Was this a ransom? As you know, we and several others have received ransom notes, and
That's a fact,
the
Eric.
FBI is keenly interested in these notes. I can tell you that.
They don't seem too interested.
This seems a weird type of burglary because if it were a burglary, number one, why would somebody be dressed head to toe that way?
Well, it's a burglary.
And number two, if it's a burglary and somebody wants to go in and root around for.
Okay, first of all, that was a dumb statement. Why would he be dressed head to toe? First of all, he was dressed perfect for a burglary. If he would have just burglarized the home and left, nobody would have ever caught who did it. Never. Like, it would have been cold quick because he was dressed perfect for a burglary. Think about it. You double up all your gloves. You double up, you mask your face off. You put on a fucking jumpsuit. There's no way of catching you if you do it by yourself. If you bust in and burglarize people's homes by yourself and you're dressed down like that dude was, you're going to get away with it. You are. It's just facts. Make no mistakes. Don't drop it. Don't take anything of yours. I mean, that's just stupid, Harvey. He was definitely dressed to do a burglary. Everybody knows there's cameras everywhere, even burglars, right? Like, having a criminal mind, I'm going to know that this fucking house probably got cameras. Every house in the world's probably got cameras. I'm going to know that there's cameras there, but I'm going to be dressed for that. But why would you break in and then take the woman if it's a burglary? I don't understand that one. Yeah, it's weird. It's very weird because you didn't take anything else that don't look like, because they would be telling us, be on a lookout for 2 necklaces or a ring that's like this, or yeah, they obviously didn't take anything. So they just wanted her. Yeah, he was dressed to the hilts to burglarize, right? But I don't think that's what they were there for. I don't at all. They took that woman, man.
Or jewelry or whatever, it would seem to be difficult opening drawers and grabbing things with gloves like that. And if you take the gloves off, then you're going to put your fingerprints on something. So what's the point of gloves in the first place? So this does not feel like a burglary, somebody dressed head to toe with gloves like that. And if it were a burglary, you know, the easiest thing to do, if they knew anything about Nancy, is she goes to church. They could have just gone in on Sunday morning when she
Yeah.
was at church. So this just doesn't feel like a burglary. That's my opinion. That is not fact.
Well, they did
I
steal
have talked
somebody.
to
Yeah.
one
but
law
come
enforcement
on now.
source
I'm talking about somebody
who is
stealing everything else.
like-minded in
Like,
that.
took nothing else.
But I want to end by
No
repeating
jewelry, no
that if
guns.
the person who is
Like a
sent on
burglary,
these 4
somebody's burglarizing your home. I'm guaranteeing you the first things they're looking for is a safe, number one, money, jewelry, and guns. Everything else is obsolete. They're not carrying big TVs out. Everything else is obsolete. I was in the theft lifestyle when I was young. I didn't break in people's homes, though. I didn't do anything. I stole from companies, corporations, and shit. But, like, you definitely are just looking for money, guns, jewelry, anything that you can fit inside your person. You definitely don't want to be seen fucking carrying TVs out the door and all that shit. Even though it's gotten easier, houses get burglarized more. Houses get burglarized mostly by the people you know. So put that into consideration with this as well. Because most of the people that burglarize your home are going to know where you're at, what time you're going to be home, how long you're going to be gone. They know your schedule. And you're right. Most of them are during the day because you're at work and they know that. It's usually always somebody that you know. And put that to this too, because it could be somebody that she knows, man. It could be Tommaso. We dropped her off. She's at home alone now. You know? It could definitely be somebody she knows too.
and letters is real. And I'm questioning whether you are. But if you are, then send us the information. We will immediately pass it on to the FBI. Then you have a record that you're the one, if it's legit, who led them to Nancy and the kidnappers.
Wow.
And that will help.
They're
you
not
get-
going to do it, Harvey. They're not going to do that, Harvey.
The desperate search for Nancy Guthrie is now in week 3 as her daughter Savannah releases a new plea to her
What's up,
mother's
sweetheart?
suspected abductors.
We ain't far.
I wanted to come on, and it's been 2 weeks since our mom was taken, and I just wanted to come on and say that we still have hope.
Wow.
And we still believe.
Wow.
And I wanted to say to whoever has her or knows where she is that it's never too late. And you're not lost or alone. And it is never too late to do the right thing. And we are here. And we believe. And we believe in the essential goodness of every human being. And it's never too late.
Karma's chilling. He's been playing with them new toys that Earth Angel got him. That's so scary, man. I don't think she knows.
We may have a breakthrough in the case. This
I don't
morning, the FBI says that the DNA has been found on a glove recovered near Nancy's home that appears to
What?
match the suspect's glove that you see in that footage on her doorbell camera.
And over the weekend, the FBI executed a federal search warrant at the house in
Jesus
the same
Christ.
neighborhood where Nancy went missing.
Jesus
resulting in
Christ,
people being
man.
briefly
How many fucking police you need, bro? That's all police? Holy fuck. Jesus Christ, man. They wanted him, boy. They wasn't playing, was they? They rolled up, dude. They rolled up. Look at all them cops out there, dude. You got a fleet full of cops out there. Like, if you counted them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's at least 25 cops out there. That's crazy. Hey, this guy may be fucking, might want to kill you too. You know what I mean? I don't blame him. Yeah, they're living there, Fox. They're just hanging out.
And then released.
I think it's
The
damn
search also
antibiotics.
leading investigators to seize a gray Range Rover that was taken in for evidence testing, and we are still awaiting a status update for what officials might have found inside that vehicle.
They took
this
the Range Rover.
As it has now been 11 days since the last press
Look at
conference
that
from local
home,
officials on.
She's got a whole she's got a pool house that's bigger than my crib. That's a beautiful piece of property, dude. And she's got a lot of it. It goes around, like, all back through there. Like, that's a nice piece of property. Beautiful house. She's been living there for 30 years, y'all. Yeah, I'm thinking that we're going to find her dead. I feel sorry to say that, but I don't see why anyone would keep her alive, except for if they have a big enough heart, right? She lived there 40. Oh, my Lord, dude. That place looks good for being 40 years old. Yeah, that pool house is bigger than my crib, too. She's 82. 82 without any of her medicine.
The status of the search, and there are still no suspects.
So for the latest on the ground, let's go out to Matt Finn, who is live outside of Nancy's Tucson home. Good morning, Matt.
84, guys. 84.
Good morning. Authorities say they have found at least 16 gloves in the
What?
area, but this one single glove could be a match to the one that masked suspect is wearing on the Nest Cam video. The DNA profile lifted from that glove will be added.
I think
to
she's
the CODIS.
84, guys. I think her birthday. Hold on. How old is Nancy Guthrie? 84 years old, guys. She just turned 84 in January. Fuck, dude. It was just her birthday. I thought it was 30 that they said she lived there. I don't know. She's lived there an awfully long time, though. I'll tell you that much. 16 gloves, yeah. I mean, imagine what you do find walking, people throw out the window. Yeah, it's about at this point, Elizabeth, I don't think they have any evidence at all, hardly. If all the evidence they have is what they've showed us, they don't have shit. They don't have shit, man. If this guy would have just burglarized her home, he would have gotten away with all of it. You know what I mean? That's why I don't understand.
National database for comparison. We could get results soon. Now, CODIS contains more than 19 million offender DNA profiles and has helped the FBI in more than 750,000 cases. And Fox News Digital reports that investigators are using a high-tech Bluetooth scanner on the bottom of low-lying helicopters to detect Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker signal. The helicopter flies low in grid-like patterns to try to pick up her signal. And in an interview with the Daily Mail, Pima County Sheriff Nanos is quoted talking about Google trying to recover new video from another camera on Nancy's property, saying Google said at first, we do not have anything, but we're going to do our best to try what they call scratch. It's hard. It's like scratching through layers. Think of it like you have 8 layers of paint on your house. I just hope they can scrape a camera shot down that driveway to identify a vehicle, because my goodness, you cannot put a mask on a vehicle, right? And we have some fresh drone video that shows you an angle of Nancy's house you may not be seeing too much. It's the back side of the home. and the rear patio. You
They
can
don't
see
have
that blue
good
door on your screen right now. That is the main back door with some glass window panes. If you look on your screen, you could see we don't see any immediate damage to any.
That's the back door. So how did they get in? What's up, Faith? Good morning. How did they get in? Hi, Brandy.
Doors or windows.
Probably like me. Fuck around, left the door unlocked. Probably just like me, y'all. I left my damn door unlocked. Woke up to some dude at the end of my bed with a pistol. Fucking wild, boy. Don't happen again.
In the rear of the house, although that is our unofficial view. So far, the sheriff has not confirmed whether the
Any windows broken? No. Got that big ass unit.
there was any, and that's the second blue door on the garage area, it seems. So far, the sheriff has not confirmed whether there was any forced entry and has not confirmed if the suspect used the front or back.
Such a nice home, ain't it? That home is nice. Flat roof. Beautiful home. Believe Roscoe. Hi, Josie. Hi, Elaine. Back door was open and blood on the front porch. I remember hearing that. More to the camera video. I've said that too.
Or one of the many windows on the home. Back to you.
It has to be, man.
Okay. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Matt.
Matt.
Thanks, Matt.
Over the weekend, it came out more information about that gun holster and also about the gun. And they were saying, based on that information, investigators could cross-reference purchases where the holster was bought, where the gun was bought, and hopefully these two items they could link to one suspect. The gun holster, according to the Miami area police officer, this officer that was being interviewed, that was seen in the surveillance video. It's cheap. It's easily distinguishable. It's only available at a limited number of retail stores. The shape and other details align with a Strategy brand hip holster that is available at some Walmart stores for $10. And as of Saturday afternoon, the holster listed as in stock at 5 Walmart stores in that Tucson area. The gun appears to be a Walther semi-automatic.
Oh, man, they're going to fucking catch you on a humbug. See how good technology has gotten, guys? 30 years ago, they wouldn't be able to find out nothing about that fucking bag, that holster. They wouldn't be able to fucking know anything. Now they're checking all the way down to the items you're wearing and where did you buy them from. So if you bought them somewhere close and you're just fucking thinking it's all good, you're just fucked up. Damn, they're getting good, dude. They are getting good. They are getting very good. That is good, man. That's how they're going to end up catching this dude, man. There's going to be one silly mistake that they run up on. And they're going to pin it right back to him, man. Yeah, man. Too many unanswered questions. My husband got his gun stolen from a state park cabin. There was no sign of a break-in either. It wasn't housekeeping either. Oh, it was housekeeping. If there was no sign of break-in, it was housekeeping probably. They just didn't tell you the truth. Yeah, I mean, that's what burglars and thieves want. Money, guns, and jewelry. Other than that, I don't want nothing out of your house. If I'm breaking in, start to think this is some kind of stunt. People have said that as well.
Or something similar, has a distinctive shape and a retention band, not considered popular. They don't expect investigators will find many purchases, which could be a good thing.
Yeah, they can use that AI technology to try to find someone. Let's bring in Fox and Friends Week.
Dude, if that gun holster has been bought somewhere recently, within the last month or two, they're caught. They're caught, dude. They are caught. Yeah, they're thieves. Like, fuck, they're human thieves. That's so sick to even think about, man. Gosh. Ugh. I was a thief too, man, but I wouldn't have dare thought about stealing a person. That's evil, man. That's just downright evil. Like, what in the right mind? Well, they are getting away with it. I was going to say, what they think they was going to get away with this, but they are getting away with it. Like, people are even playing with the news. People are playing with the ransom and shit. What the fuck is wrong with you people? It was a revolver holster, and he had a semi-automatic weapon in it that didn't even go to it. It was really odd that he was carrying it that way. But it did not fit that holster. It was not supposed to go in there. It was a cheap one too. And it's sold at Walmart. Anybody buying it, but you should not buy anything from Walmart if you think it's going to have value. It's not. Except for the electronics maybe that come from other places, but like a gun holster, go to a gun store. Yeah, and what guy carries a gun right there in his fucking belly? Like, that's weird. Especially for that holster. Most people carry it right here. They can pull better. Pull right here, you're gonna jam up on yourself. Like pulling straight from, you're not supposed to pull straight from above because you got chances of bumping into yourself. It makes it slower. You pull in here, it's quicker to pull here because you can go. Like, I don't get why he had it in that holster. What an idiot. Yeah, I think this, if it's trafficking, I don't know. But this is what trafficking looks like. Exactly what it looks like. Now take the ransom out of this. She just was probably trafficked. You're supposed to carry them on your hip. Yeah, most definitely. Even in your back sometimes. Or up underneath your shoulder. Up underneath your armpit. That's a nice spot. But I don't ever see anyone carry them straight directly in front of the belly button, man.
Ken Coles, Griff Jenkins, he's live outside of Nancy Guthrie's home. Griff, so they recovered some DNA that was inside of the house on the glove. At least one of the gloves was sent to the DNA testing, found 2 miles from the Guthrie home. They arrived at that Florida lab on Friday. The preliminary results show that the DNA profile was an unknown male. That matches the description that we have thus far. And then that FBI database, also known as...
Hold on. It was from an unknown male that matches the description. How do you know he matches the description if he's unknown? Come on, man. Can we get better news? Can we? How do you know he matches the description if you don't know who the DNA is?
POTUS will get officials of those results. What do you know now that you're on the ground? Have you gotten the opportunity to survey the field?
Yeah, it goes inside.
Well, Lawrence,
Yeah.
let's start
Like
first
right
with
here,
that
right
glove
here.
and the DNA and that CODIS system, the combined DNA index system that Matt Finn talked about. More than 750,000 cases have been solved because of it. It played a key role, if you remember, in the Brian Koberger case. It took 47 days to get Brian Koberger, and it was that CODIS system that matched a Brian Koberger.
So they're going to be playing with this DNA. Right? They're going to be spinning this DNA. How they do? I'm talking about like the machine they use that spins it. They're going to be spinning this DNA a lot. Hello, Aaron. They're going to be spinning it a lot. They're going to find out who that glove belonged to, at least. There isn't any better news. You're right. But like, I don't know. I think JLR is giving a little bit better news, but he's just relaying everything we hear. But he's just on the scene. Too busy cock sizing. Too busy cock sizing. I don't think they're just not telling us everything, Monica. You know, we got to believe that the FBI has way more evidence than what they're showing us, right? But do they? Because if they actually showed us everything they knew, then they're telling him too, or whoever's got her. So I kind of feel like they know more than we do. Yeah, I believe they know more than what we know.
To his father, Michael Koberger, and relatives. That's how this works. When we get those results, that could give them a lead indeed. Now, when we get that, we don't know. As you mentioned, it's been 11 days since the last press conference. We got a lot of information up front, but Sheriff Nanos and the officials have not given us much. Hopefully,
days.
we get that. But, you know,
Wow.
I've only been on the ground 5 or 6 hours since I landed. And when I drove up here, Lawrence, it is unbelievable. You do not accidentally end up here. I had missed multiple turns using my GPS with the brights on my car, and you can see the Guthrie home behind me. But if you, Shane, just pan over here a little bit, you step just a foot or two off of just the driveway in the pitch black, and you can see you are in dense desert terrain. And
dude, there's no lights. Like, they should really rethink this after this. They should really rethink that.
you know, when we talk about that signal sniffer on the helicopter in the Pima County helicopter, I've been out here in Pima County and Pinal County riding around when we were pursuing cartel people, you know, groups, drug runners here. This is where we're only 60 miles from the border, and they're using that FLIR radar, you know, this area to find those 16 gloves, let alone this one that may be the DNA match. It's really quite significant. This is difficult terrain, no doubt. And that really, you know, I know it's been talked about for the 16 days we've been covering this, but once you're on the ground, it's really a key factor. Now let's go back to that glove. When we get light out here, we're going to go and walk along that area. Obviously, with 16 gloves, the majority of them, if not 15 of the 16, were perhaps the investigators who dropped them on the ground because they're trying not to affect the evidence. But no doubt, this is certainly one of the best leads they've got.
Oh my God, bro. Is that the stupidest, most dumbest shit you've ever heard in your life? Was that fucking retarded? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that?
To affect the evidence, but no doubt this is certainly one of the best leads they've got, because again, this is going to be solved through either DNA, along that area. Obviously, with 16 gloves, the majority of them, if not 15 of the 16, were perhaps the investigators who dropped them on the ground because they're trying.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. They got 16 gloves and 15 of them might be the they might just be chasing their tails. What? Investigators are out there dropping gloves everywhere, and then you're coming behind them, picking them up and testing them and finding out it's investigators? Why? What the hell, man? No investigator should be dropping their gloves. They go in your pocket. I cannot believe they're out there picking up gloves that have already been dropped by investigators that are already looking for this case. Oh, man. Imagine how are they going to try this guy? If they catch him, how are they going to make this stick? They've stepped all over everything. They've made fools out of themselves with this. They really have. Like, when they do catch him, how are they going to fucking make it stick? They better hope they get a jury that don't have nothing to do with it, and then they could get out of this. They've done everything. So here's Nancy's home. So they came out and took a right. It looks like a bunch of right-handed turns. It does. Up until that one. Yep. So they think she's up in here, huh? This area right here. Which kind of would make sense because all this has got people. You see all this? This is all people and stores and shit. But right here, it's far enough from Nancy's. I don't know why they would want to check there. Maybe because it's right there on the main road or... Yeah, I pay some stupid tax too. I don't remember what it is. Hi, Treese.
And not to affect the evidence. But no doubt, this is certainly one of the best leads they've got because, again, this is going to be solved.
One more day till surgery,
either
man.
DNA,
One more day.
or if they're able to purchase
And I'll wake
purchases
up
like the backpack,
get my
or if
surgery.
these tips that keep coming in give them a break that they're looking for.
So, Griff, one last question about that glove. Authorities say that the
She's in
glove appears to
Nagala.
be a match.
Nagalis.
When they say that, they're basically just basing that on the way it looks. It looks like it's the same glove that the person was using in that door.
That's a pretty distinctive glove. It is. Because I know what kind of glove it is. I can't tell you the name of it or what it's used for. But it's got some use, I think, like for automobiles or something, because it's got like this sticky material to it, but it's not sticky. It's like a fucking rubbery. And it's like I don't know. But if they find one of those gloves out on the side of the road and it's really not tore up and shit, and you can still see it's kind of new, like it's there, it might be the one. How do I feel about surgery? I'm scared. A little bit. I am. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little bit scared only because I don't care for going under. Nitrile gloves. That's probably what I'm thinking about. I'm ready too, Therese. I am. Nothing new, man. I don't know how much you know, Chrissy. I don't know how much you know. There's been a new ransom note. They've got the fourth letter today. There's a new ransom note. That's right. Yeah, I'm just scared about going under. I can get through have all the healing and shit. I'm a pretty strong guy, but I'm scared about going under. Yeah, so it shouldn't have been out there that long, right, Treese? The one you're looking for. You know, if they find a glove that don't look like it's been out there very long, yeah, that might be the one because that's an odd glove to have. It is kind of. and then to find one on the side of the road and it not be all tore up and messed up and shit, you might have the right glove. Nagel's, what is that place? Where's that?
Cam, there's no other, scientific match beyond that.
Yeah, it's definitely
That's
like one
exactly
of those
right.
needle
That's an
gloves
important
or
point,
whatever.
Charlie, because what they were able to do is they were able to lift DNA off of this glove, but they find the glove significant because the glove appears to match the look and style
I
of the
knew it.
one that was seen on that doorbell
I
ring
knew it.
camera that we have been playing. The
I knew
gloves
it.
you see come towards the camera, that's what's different about this glove than the other 15 they've found so far. And so
Yeah.
when that DNA is put into the CODIS system and the results come back, they will then begin to look for who it may be. Is it a relative in this area? Is it somebody that perhaps matches the build 5 to 10? There's probably a likelihood that we don't know all of the details they told us about the suspect.
There's a likelihood that this person, if it's just a burglar, there's a likelihood that this guy's got his DNA given already. You know what I'm thinking that. I don't think that this is a first time burglar. If he's a burglar, I don't think this is his first house ever. Right? So DNA is so advanced now. What happens like to somebody, they're sitting at home right now, chilling, watching Days of Our Lives, and somebody kicks the fucking door in and be like, who's all in your family? And they start running down the family gene and they pick him out. And that's the motherfucker that did it. That'd be wild, wouldn't it? To be sitting there and they kick your door in looking for your brother all of a sudden because he might be part of this. Ooh wee. That's what's up, Beth. That's what women are supposed to do. Making lunch for the boys. That's right. In the kitchen, making sandwiches. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, y'all. Toddy says I don't care about nobody. What does she want me to say to people? I love you. I want you. I want to marry you. Like this, she wants me to be all parasocial. I don't think so. You're weird, woman. This is YouTube. She's like, imagine what he thinks about the rest of you. Do me dirty and I'll think that way about you too. Like, come on, man.
That ring camera, they may know more that
Act
they're not
like
sharing with
I
us, like
started anything with
ethnicity
you
or
people.
other
It's crazy.
details. That'll be all part of the factor. But one thing is for sure, hopefully the officials today, tomorrow will start to give us a little bit more to work on because there are lots of, reporting going out there that the officials are having to shoot down. Like, for example, yesterday, there was a local report that the prevailing theory in this was a burglary gone wrong. Sheriff Nano saying, no, that's not the prevailing. That didn't come from an inside source from us because, we're working.
Yeah, I'm glad he said that because I don't think it's a burglary gone wrong either. Nah. Yeah, most of my people, that donate to this channel or support this channel, there's a Discord when they become members, they get in. Like, I'm very active in the Discord. Very active. Hell, people from the community have now came and met me now. There's proof of that. Like, come the fuck on, bro. Y'all are weak.
All of the angles, but because of the lack of information and not having these press conferences, you have these.
Can't drag me, man. She's trying to get my attention. I know it.
Out here
I
that
don't
gain
care about
steam
this.
that have no basis. So we just stick to the facts.
Something new to
That
report on.
DNA in this glove is definitely the tip of the spear of where we believe the investigation stands now, Charlie.
Griff, when you say preliminary results show DNA profile of an unknown male, does that just conclude that it's a man? Or does that mean that the DNA didn't match any of the offenders in CODIS?
No.
How can they do it though? I mean, because I can just make an email address up. I mean, how can they track it? The IP isn't always going to tell you where somebody lives. I hear people say it all the time. I'm going to get your IP address. They don't tell you where I live. You would need my MAC address. But I'm sure they can get it, right? You talking about the fancy movie theater? It's got the fucking bar and shit. They got a whole bar. You can sit up there and drink, order steaks and shit. That's right around the corner from my crib. Yeah, the IP isn't going to get anything. It's the MAC address you need. And I'm sure they can get it. I just don't understand why they haven't. Like, how come they haven't? How come they haven't fucking got the MAC address? And he keeps taunting too. This is the fourth letter this guy's put in, or this woman, or this person.
It just means that they were able to remember when you talk about DNA evidence, there's all kinds of there's biological, there's trace, and then of course there is impressions, and that means they're able to pick up something that identifies this as a male. But then that is then sent into the CODIS, this combined DNA index system that has the ability, Ainsley, for the FBI to combine to work across federal, state, and local crime databases, so that way they can begin to try and figure out whose DNA that is. That result, because the DNA sample was sent to the Florida lab, it took about 24 to 48 hours. So if that's Friday, we believe it certainly could be today we get results, would come back. And then, of course, the results of searching across.
I don't care, you guys. I really don't. I'm gonna be truthful. I don't care.
Across that database with federal, state, and local, who does it match? Is it anyone in this area? That is where the possible break would be.
Hey, one real quick question, because we need to move on. But is the working theory still that the suspect in the ring door camera was wearing a glove over another glove, or is that theory gone out the window?
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. Just to be very honest about this, I don't know exactly whether that's still the thing, because we don't have.
Yeah. Will it though? Will it? What if you got a burner account? I mean, what's it going to do if you got a burner phone? You just pick up a burner phone.
Have a lot of press access with the officials. They're keeping it very close.
She was acting like I was missing something because Susan left my channel, like because she donated. You know how many Susans we have here? We got plenty of people that love me, baby. I don't care if one comes and goes. I've said that to you before. I'm not parasocial. I don't ever think that I'm going to be fucking one of these women. I don't ever lead these women on to think that I'm going to be fucking them. Like, I don't get down like that. This is a YouTube channel. Period. But you know what I do? You become a member on this channel. You get a Discord link with all the other members. And then you might be able to reach me there. You know? You might be able to reach me in that Discord. You might be able to hang out with the creator. But you know what? I'm not with it. Like, I'm just not. It's so weird of these people, bro. Like, what? Well, but what he thinks about all of y'all. What he thinks about all of y'all. Everybody knows what I think about him. Change my mind and I'll think differently of you too. It's kind of simple.
To the vest here, but that's certainly a question I'll ask if I get an opportunity a little bit later.
Thank you every time.
Thank you, Griff.
Just a quick clarification. During the Brian Kohlberger case, they didn't use CODIS, they used the genealogy. So in this case, they're probably going to do the both. The CODIS system is the federal database. Many people that are sex offenders, or if there was a federal affidavit where the judge required them to get a warrant, but they'll be able to do both. But each time that they test that DNA, you lose the value of that DNA. So it's going to be.
There's a handyman at Nancy's. I'll be damned.
Interested to see how.
Down there. Correct. But then comes back, and then they let him bring his truck up. Yep.
What are they doing? That's facts, Brandy. You know, I just don't get weird with anyone because it's not professional of me. It's not professional of me to go in here and start like pandering to all the women that give me money or something. I don't do that. I don't. Thank you for supporting the channel. I absolutely adore you if you do. But I'm not going to go with your narrative or how you think because you support me. That's not how this channel works, ladies and gentlemen. We may not agree on everything, but I know how to agree or disagree with you without starting a big ruckus and trying to fucking like expose people. Like, expose, baby. Get it out there. Let's do it. Because I'm going to start to play after that. Let's do it. Other than that, shut up. Sounds stupid. I am ignoring her. I ain't even doing Whitaker content for a week. People are ignorant. I don't care to do Whitaker content. There's nothing new. Nothing. You guys get your screenshots ready. I'll give you the DP. The dick pics. Ooh. Just, I'm more of a professional than that shit. I'm definitely I'm not a side chooser. Dottie, you were so upset with Patrick. You were so mad at Patrick up until that. And, oh, I'm going to they're going to sue the man. Shut up. Make them mad.
Holy shit.
Thank you so much.
Baby, yeah! Right now, 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 right now.
This is strange.
Facts, Treese. Facts. Tell them to make some more 3-year-old edited videos. Look like the 3-year-old did
out
it.
of this. Why wouldn't
Thank you,
law
Sarah.
enforcement be with anyone in there? That's true.
Thank you.
That's a great point. Cynthia says he just went and did it on his own, and the deputy's inside the vehicle.
You want legs?
So he's back there by himself.
Well, when this bag
That's
comes off of me, y'all,
kind of
I'll
wild,
give you
right?
all
You
the
would think
leg
that
shots in
these
the world.
deputies
But
would
right
watch
now,
who's
I
doing
got this
things on
thing
the house.
attached
That's a
to
great
me.
point. I mean,
So
he could be the maintenance man. Oh, it's right
it's
over
not
there.
very sexy right now. I got a nozzle, so it's
And that
not
sprinkler.
cute. It's not real cute
He's
right
there,
now.
There he is.
Not very cute right now.
He's fixing the sprinkler.
But once this thing comes off, oh, I'm gonna. He's got legs.
There he is.
He knows how to use him.
I don't know. Don't you think, since this is technically a crime
Thank
scene,
you,
that
Earth.
law enforcement should be watching him? Or he just go around by himself and walk around the house by himself? Again, media's out here watching this guy like a hawk. Look, all the media people. Media people are all lined up, waiting to.
Like, I get it that you get like views talking about the Whitakers, but I don't care. It's not about that with me. It's about the content. Content. Period. Look at all the media, y'all.
Waiting and watching who this person with the cowboy hat is. Hammer, bucket, bag.
Hammer, bucket, bag.
Who is it?
What? We wear short shorts. I think I'm gonna make.
It's not a crime scene, so we don't have a crime scene. Is this a crime scene?
with the cowboy hat, going inside with a
Literally
hammer and a
walking around the
bucket and a
property
bag.
unattended.
He's walking around unattended. Good Lord. Unattended. What the hell? Jesus. How are people just able to walk around there, clean the pool, bring a hammer bucket in? What if that's one of the people? What if it is? Oh, sorry, man. I wasn't supposed to be here, Holmes.
I'm looking for him.
Well, thank you, Therese. I appreciate you. You know what? I appreciate you because I appreciate you. That's a fact. Thank you so much.
Right now, 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 right now.
Well, the information he's getting is from the big networks. It's just he's out there on the scene. You know what I mean? But all the info he's getting is from the big networks. But he's just out there. I don't understand why there hasn't been a press conference lately, because they don't have nothing. I appreciate you guys. I truly do. If there's anything I could do for you or do something to get you through life, you need an ear, get in that Discord, man. Become a member. That's a good way to talk to AD if you ever want to talk to AD, because I don't answer all my messages anymore. I don't answer all my emails anymore. No, because it's turned into like who likes who. And, oh, no, this person, no, that person. I don't give a fuck who any of you are. I don't want to. Thank you, Therese.
Cowboy hat.
Thank you,
That
sir.
looks more like a gardener. Oh, here he comes. There he is.
I try, man. I'm just try to be a good person. I even admit I wasn't always a good person, but I changed my life around, yo. And I'm not gonna let nobody make me relive anything in my past. You can suck my bowels.
He's literally walking around the property by himself.
Oh my Lord.
He's checking plants, washing his hands. The gardener has to be the gardener.
The fucking gardener is walking around doing
What is
the
that?
garden.
Cowboy hat? What kind of hat is that?
I know, Sarah, but still.
Sun hat?
That's crazy that a gardener gets to just walk all around. It's my money and I'll do what I want to. Do what I want to. Ooh, you like me, Twisted? You like me too, bro? I appreciate you, man. You've been here a long time. Even before the Whitakers, you've been here. Long before that, bro. You've been fucking here since the BBN network, Jack Frost, I was going at. Yeah. You've been here a long
Right now, 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 right now.
It's maddening to me too, Regina. I'm with you on that. I appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. I so do. I so do. I don't know what else people expect that I do, though. You me give you a slow jack and a ball rub? You know what I mean? Hey, Twisted, you need a slow jack and a ball rub? I guess I got to give those with donations, y'all. Shout out to Cuddle Monster with a $10 donation. Woo!
Yeah, baby, yeah.
And then shout out to motherfucking Native Virgo and Sarah hitting the dono.
Holy shit.
And then shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man.
Aggressive Defiance React.
Huh?
Aggressive as fuck.
Yup.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Get the helicopter out, yo. Much love to my Chizat, man. Chizat box. Look at that. And a reach around too, please. Holy shit. Holy shit. You don't want one either, kid me? Thank you.
Right now, 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 right now.
I guess I'm giving Slow Jacks ball rubs and a freaking reach around for these donations now. I'm in for it. I mean, booby squeeze? Oh yeah, I love boobies. Why is the gardener able to just prance all over the crime scene? How? How is this asshole allowed to just travel all over? Why would he even come there? Because he wants paid, don't he? God, man, these people are evil. Why would the gardener decide to come there on the day he knows she's missing? Wouldn't you think that's a day you would just leave off the schedule? You just leave this one off the schedule for this day, right? Well, can't get a hold of Nancy. Yeah, I'm leaving this one off the schedule. Holy shit, dude. They got him all over the crime scene.
What the heck is that? What is that?
What is what?
Put something on the back bumper.
He's holding this damn truck thing up, but JLR.
Automatic sprinkler. He's fixing the sprinkler.
Oh, man. Wow, dude. I can't believe this guy's able to do this. Shout out to Native Virgo. My native Virgo. My native Virgo. Man, Cuddle. She said, move your tongue like Justin and we will donate more. All right, I got you. Bad.
Right now, 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 right now.
You guys are crazy. Well, are we almost there? Are we almost there, Sarah? What's the goal at? Oh, we did get it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Ha ha. You want to talk shit? What's my shit? Talking that shit. Shout out to y'all, man. I appreciate you guys helping me always reach them goals, man. We didn't reach them last night, but I didn't care. I don't care, really. It's your guys' money. I don't tell you what to do with it. And I'm a firm believer that if you're in a tight spot, don't donate to me. Don't ever hurt yourself to donate to me. Trust me. I love you anyways. You're still welcome in this chat. Just do me a favor and hit the like button. You know, maybe give me a share. Other than that, I don't care. I don't mind at all. Has nothing to do with money with me at all. It's just fun to have goals and shit. So all the time, really. It's fun. We do it all the time. It's what it's there for. It's what it's there for. Toddy never gets the goal done. That's her fault, not mine. I mean, that's what she should do. Followed by
You
lead.
got a news chopper circling.
Oh, you hate.
Sorry, guys.
You got a
Sprinkler.
did you get okay, I got it.
I'll be fixing the sprinkler. We have
Send
a
me an
chopper
email,
circling,
fairies.
literally circling over the house.
Send me an email. Whose helicopter is it? Whose is that, y'all? Is that the sheriff? No problem, sweet. How creepy would it be to be a cop and you got to stand in that building all day, every day? That would be creepy, wouldn't it? To be the officer that has to guard that place. I wouldn't want to be in there. You guys want me to make new? I got some new artwork coming. I'm waiting until after my surgery to kind of like release it. While I'm down, I'm gonna touch up on a few things I'm trying to touch up, but I could put aggressive angels on it. I could just change what I already have because I'm making some for the ladies and then stuff for the dudes too. I was gonna put Defiance Divas. Yep. Represent, baby. You want the shirt? We'll make it.
Look,
I got some for the ladies now on my
you guys. Nice to see you guys.
on my store now too.
How you guys doing? Look at that. News chopper.
Toddy's whole problem was people donating to me, and that's ridiculous. That's so stupid as fuck, dude. You're dumb as fuck. You're an idiot. Pull up my arrest record, man. Try to tell me off of that too. Do that one next. You ain't gonna make no sense of it.
It's news. Yeah, it's news. It's private owner.
She did, Twisted. Savannah interviewed a couple, didn't she? What's up, Scooter? Savannah interviewed a couple of victims from the Epstein thing. She's definitely interviewed a couple victims. So is it tied to that? I don't know. But why a ransom for that? Obviously she does, I guess.
Coming from Tucson. They're just circling around.
So you had a question?
I'm not like Toddy. Just because you give to me doesn't mean you're going to tell me what to do up here. I don't pander to people, yo. We do our content, and if you enjoy it, you'll be here. If you're not, you won't be here. It's kind of simple, y'all. It's kind of simple.
Yesterday you were asking?
Oh, about, I think I asked the other guy.
But generally, no.
Okay. So was it corroborated?
I don't know either, Regina. I don't know who's going to be there to see the lilies bloom, Sorry to say that, but I don't think she's coming home, guys. I don't think she's coming home.
Well, that was what the sheriff says. I don't know what story they said.
Okay.
The sheriff has said multiple things in reference to children, family, Annie Masso family dropping Nancy off.
Okay.
That day. I don't know what story they gave the sheriff.
I gotcha.
Look, he's working over there.
Sheriff was interesting.
Okay.
We got choppers circling above.
You owe me a pinch Coke. A pinch poke. I give you a pinch poke, native. I give you a pinch poke. I promise I will. Little pinch poke. Give you a Coke. For show, for show. I just got Pepsi. I got Mountain Dew too. Oh, you're welcome to any of it.
We love you.
I will give you any of it. I promise.
Yes. So you guys came down again from?
We spent the night last night.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Coke.
we're going
That's
back
why
there.
we came
Pinch
down.
Coke.
Let's show me too.
Titty twisters.
I appreciate that. Very kind.
God, man.
Thanks for
Like
coming,
arguing with
Arizona.
kids on the playground. Shut up.
Thank you. You guys be safe. Thank you.
I can't wait. I'm gonna be all mobile and shit next.
Yes.
I'm gonna be able to get out of my house and do whatever I want because I won't have a bag attached to me. Booyah.
This is
Booyah.
a media chopper circling over the area here. We've got somebody working.
Pinch poke. Now you owe me a Coke.
He's look. Mystery man.
I'll report. Oh, I'm filing them daily. Definitely. I'm in that bag. I know I'm ready, Kimmy. I think these antibiotics are making me itch. But I ain't broke out no rash or nothing. They're just making me itch. Do they do that? You're funny. No, 18th. I go for surgery on the 18th. Yeah. I go in 2 days. One more day, and then I can't eat or drink nothing, man. And that blows. Because I'm really gonna be thirsty when I wake up. I know, Treese. No. I love titties. Big ones. I can't believe they're just letting the gardener trample all over the place. Are they that certain that nobody's done anything outside the house? Have they searched it all? Are they that certain? It's making me itch. It might be just my head. Long Island tea, nice. Day drinking, let's go, baby. Let's go, day drinking.
What do you think, folks?
I got some beer in there. Or I got Happy
Most
Dad or
consensus, see some sort of family gardener.
White Claws, I mean.
He's the gardener. Didn't the sheriff mention the gardener at a press conference? Look, he's talking to
Your body breaks out in hives and itches. Yeah, I'm itching. I can, but it's not making me break out or anything. I don't know why a gardener would schedule this day for her. This is wild, dude. Like, why wouldn't you leave that off the schedule for the week? Like, okay, let's skip her because she's got a lot going on over there at that house. But no, he's going to go all the way through all the media, pull up there, and still try to get paid off of her account. Ain't that fucked up? Probably ain't going to do shit while he's there. He's probably going to do half the fucking work because he knows she's missing, and he's going to walk away and bill her for a whole job. And then he's going to get paid from it like a piece of shit. Watch. I will after I heal up, Starry. I will. Yeah, I gotta heal up good, and then yeah, I'll drink one night for y'all. I don't do it a lot because I don't drink a lot, but I'll do it one time on stream for you. We'll have fun. I have fun when I drink. I don't.
Hey, he's a landscape. I don't know. He's here. He has a hat. He's been walking around the property, got some hoses, fixing some plants.
Has been sent off for DNA testing. The FBI is running it through CODIS, hoping to find a match DNA they already have on file. Meanwhile, sources are saying there's no theory of her disappearance. What's behind it?
Benadryl? I don't know if I got any Benadryl. I only got like 4 pills to take, or no more, 2 more. 2 more pills to take. Well, 3. I gotta take 1 tonight and 2 more tomorrow. So I'll be all right. You do too, Therese. Be good. Have a great day. For real, Starry, we'll schedule it so that way everybody has time to get them some drinks. And we'll play a drinking game or something. I'll bring everybody up on the panels if they want to come up. We'll have a drinking night. I don't care.
A community of over 1 million people.
I'm for the people. I'm for the people of the chat, man.
Pima County. One of the reasons I think it's a good idea to shift the investigative lead fully to the FBI is because there are other things going on that detectives here in Pima County need to be addressing for other criminal activity, other aspects
I will,
of the
85.
community.
Thank you, baby.
Need their help too.
That's what I was thinking about anyway. I ain't got no rash or nothing.
To apply resources like this to this particular case, of course, but
No,
it's
I'm
also
doing good.
important to do that in a balanced way that doesn't completely neglect a lot of other community concerns, criminal activity, and other issues like that. So I think it's important we do this in a balanced fashion.
All right, it is Monday morning.
Trump said, "Bring
I
Nancy
ain't
back
thicky.
alive."
Now that's what I'm talking about. How you doing there, little mama?
She's dead. You're getting the
You
death
little
penalty.
thicky, you. Not bad there. I like the dark hair as well. Yeah. You got it. Hell, I like them even a little bigger than that. I like potatoes with my meat. Thank you, 85. I got you. I'm watching out for it. Whoo. Pain pills made you itch? They always made me itch too. That's how you know you was high. Nope. Nothing on my belly. I ain't even itched on my belly. It's been just like in little dumb spots. Mashed taters, definitely. Put it all in there. Corn. Fucking green beans with those meat. Love that belly. I like porky bellies. Ain't nothing wrong with them. So what if I like my women bigger than me? It's not my problem. Not my problem at all. But when you're itching on pain pills, that's how you know you got a buzz. Yeah, I'm not even taking pain pills when I go home. I'm not. I'm going to tell him, no, thank you. I might get them just to give them to my baby's mama. She might need them. A chubby chaser? Not a chaser, but yeah. Yeah, you're right. You got me. You got me. Now I'm a lover of all women, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I think there's beauty in everything. I do. Call him bull. I mean, I don't like them too big. Like, there is a limit I have. Megan Kelly said they do have more footage. I knew it. I don't really chase, but I definitely like think women are attractive if they're a little bit chubby. I do. Curvy women are beautiful, man. You didn't take them either? I'm not taking them. I don't need them. I'll be all right.
All right, more quiet out here now, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is quiet.
Your husband always wanted that too? Oh, that's cute. That's
Must have
sweet.
saw on the feed.
That's all right,
that
though. I think
sprinkler
there's
was
beauty
gonna
in
shoot
all
up in the
women.
air about 15 feet.
I've been with bigger women. I've been with chubby women. I've been with skinny women. And there's beauty. There's beauty in all women. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, beauty is in the eye of the beholder anyway. So it's only about what I think about you anyway. I don't give
But he
a
was
fuck
doing
what
other
anybody
things
else
too. I
thinks
saw him
about you.
working on flowers. Saw him going around the property. All right, so
So you're a chubby chaser too,
we'll see
Starry.
what pops up next.
You got buns
Not
of
even cold
steel?
out here.
Nice.
Tucson, Arizona, or Catalina foothills, just north of Tucson.
Yeah, it's just his memory card, his SD card. Oh, his red card. So,
Yeah, you're a shorty. I like my women short too. I mean, tall's okay. Like I said, women can be beautiful anyway, but I tend to like them shorter than me and probably the same weight.
okay, thanks.
Another chopper. This one's zooming right past.
I'll be okay, Earth. The doctor said it's going to be a breeze. If everything goes right, it should be a breeze. And I'll have help. I have the booby holder.
Care flight.
I love big boobs. I'll
Flew
tell
right
you
on
that
top of
too.
his house.
There's
Literally.
nothing wrong with a nice rack.
Literally just flew right past the house. Right above.
Your mom picks you. You're funny.
Cones. Oh, cones. Somebody said cones. Did somebody say cones? If you've been following JLR Investigates, you know about the cones. The cones take us back to Danilo Cavalcante, the cones. Somebody say cones. One cone, two cones, three cones. We love the cones.
Dude, they're just
Cones.
living there now.
We love cones.
Yeah, I love shorter women. That's my choice. Shorter women and about my weight. My
Some of
average
you been
weight.
around
Not
when
that
we
I
were
weigh
out there
now.
at the man
Although
hunt
I'm
for
gaining weight back, y'all. I'm putting it
convicted
on.
murderer, Danilo Cavalcante. There was cones. We were on the front lines with LE.
Take us around town. Yeah, JLR, jump in, take us
That was a
around
crazy
town, bro.
case, man. No, Vortac. Call him. I'll tell you something about Cavalcante. Let me see. Hold on a second.
Hello to the chat, y'all. Shout out to everybody in the bushes as well. Thank you for being here. If you could, please hit that like button for me. I would greatly appreciate it. And shout out to Morticia. Shout out to Morticia coming in, saying hello with $1.99. Saying she says, I'm here. I'm here, y'all.
Right now, 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 right now.
Yeah, I don't really care about your size. I don't. But if I had a preference, I would choose someone smaller than me and about my average weight, 170, 180. You know, not bad for a woman, shorter than me. I'd be happy as hell. Come on, girl. Put you in my pocket. Thank you, Morticia. Yep, I'm putting it back on too. I got new scale. I got new batteries in my scales. So I'm checking. Yeah, I've dated skinny women, big women.
So after Cavalcante was caught, and we covered
I'm all
him,
about
my
how you
mother
are as a
literally
person now. I don't even want
made
to
a
care what
picture.
you look
My
like
mother
now.
literally
I want to meet a good person.
framed the picture, sent it to me, or gave it to me. So I thought that was pretty cool. Cavalcante caught by
See, I said around 170, 180. Perfect at like 5 foot. Perfect.
Well, it wasn't Vortex.
Just fine.
It was, Border
I
Patrol
like
out
long
here
hair too on women. Ain't gonna be getting no long hair from me, baby. I'm bald. I was a bald man.
I know mother was proud of the coverage of Cavalcante. She said, "You did great." She was worried that I'd get shot out there. He stole a gun. Remember, he stole a gun out of a garage. And he was running around loose with a gun. I thought I was going to get shot.
5'7". Nice. 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 5'7", 185 pounds. Yeah, I was a bald man. I ain't even trying to keep my hair anymore. It's gone. Oh no, 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 no. Not again. Not again. Fucking pool cleaners? Is it the same dude? Can't see in his car.
Pool cleaners.
Damn, he's got tinted windows. See, it's plaster. A lot of that stuff is plaster, ain't it? Why is every...
Oh, they don't? No. But there's for the emergency car. Okay. That's mine.
It's all good. It's all good. Good little belly's nice. More cushion for the pushing. What's up, Crisscross? No, I'm far from lonely, buddy. Far from it. You can't even up here and sit here and have a conversation without motherfuckers saying, "Oh, somebody date this man." No, not lonely, baby. Trust me on that.
Yeah, that was a crazy one, wasn't it? Yeah, that was a crazy case. They call me Lilo.
Box? That's fire.
Glad you didn't give CNN the ammo.
Means you got.
Independent.
That means you have.
Journalism.
What do they call that shit? Patience. Patience, my son.
Live streams news.
You got self-defense. Every woman should take a boxing class. I'm starting to think that we're not going to find Nancy alive, y'all. I really ain't. She's not going to be found alive. Let's see who else is on.
This all plays out. I mean,
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.
Joining us now is retired FBI agent and security specialist, Jana Monroe. Jana, so we talk about this.
She looks like the Joker, dude. She looks like the Joker without makeup. She's got like a resting smile. You see that? 6 years? Yeah, I ain't been single that long, but yeah, I'm totally single by choice for sure. I love the way my life lives. It's 6:52 a.m. there. Oh wow. It's definitely not 6:52 here.
FBI or this they've got this CODIS database, which is this extensive database that compiles DNA from local municipalities and federal investigations for years in perpetuity. We're learning about this one glove that has a DNA profile, I guess, that is of interest compared to the other gloves. Do you have more information on that, or can you kind of put that in layman's terms of how they've narrowed down to this is the glove they want to search for?
Well, yeah, I could put it in layman's term, and I don't want to speculate on something like that. But
look at the glove itself. They looks like they got square fingers on it, don't they? Like even the other fingertips. They look like they're kind of squared off, maybe. Like that they're squared off.
previously, there were a lot of other gloves that could have been in the area, and so they've narrowed this one down. And by putting it in the that database, that they're going to come up with something probably within 24 hours.
Could you imagine these robbers riding down the street? Hey, Carlos, what you do with the glove? I threw it out the window, man. I threw it out the window, man. You threw it out the window? Then they got the fucking glove, man. They got the fucking glove. I can bet you right now, man. You threw the fucking glove out the window? What else was I supposed to do with it, Holmes? You threw the fucking glove out the window. Woo-wee. Excuse me. That's funny.
Or so to show if it is something that's significant to this.
Yeah, I want to ask you as well, just going off of Joey's question
She's
there,
got
because
this
we've been
smile.
seeing this in the news from various outlets all day about this glove and the DNA profile being potentially a big break in the case. But it's been reported in such terms that's very confusing for our audience to understand, and it's being really billed as this big break here. But as far as your expertise,
Man, why hasn't somebody noticed how he walks? Notice how he moves, you know? Why hasn't somebody busted up on that, right? JLR is the Joker. JLR's all right. He's all right.
on this. If this glove has a DNA profile, which I would assume any glove that any human would wear would have some kind of a DNA profile. If the suspect, if it is in fact the suspect's glove, that would mean that the suspect would have to already be in that database, meaning that that person would have already had to commit a crime or have some reason to be in the database. Can you break this down a little bit for our audience so they can try to sift through all of this information?
Distraction.
Right. Yes, that the FBI has that database, and there had to have been some kind of contact, be it an arrest, a possible person of interest, some reason that the DNA would be in that database. So it's not something where there's going to be DNA that it could link it to any person. There's going to have to be that kind of integration into it.
Great to have you with us, Janet. It's Kevin Cork here. Let me ask you about the coordination and cooperation. We have spent a great deal of time unpacking what people.
Well, I mean, look at the backyard. It looks good, don't it? So, I mean, the backyard looks good. That's all hers. She's got a pool house bigger than mine. And that's that's like away from the pool big time. So it's probably just another like sleep-in resident. Nice fucking home, dude. Look how big that mother. It's a big home, man. It's a big, big home. They said that the robbers were in there 40 minutes. Saw a work boot. It's probably theirs.
County can do, what the feds can do as you continue to move forward. We're now talking weeks into this investigation.
Look, they got the fucking cleaner in the pool. It's out there sweeping right now.
How do the principals, both on the ground and in coordination with the labs, keep working forward to advance their agenda? Because you're still pulling in tens of thousands of tips.
You think that's what could do it too, Crisscross? I mean, I don't know. If that thing's made for, I don't know. We'll see. I think he will get caught on a humbug, though, like that.
Each and every week.
He'll do something done stupid.
Yeah, that is one of the biggest things when you're looking at a major case like this is that law enforcement coordination. In complex cases, they take time, they take careful analysis, and they take strict adherence to the legal standards.
How do they know it matches the suspect? Just by looking at it? Like,
basically governing the evidence, due process, and the constitutional protections. So what we're seeing here, and I know it's
I don't
not
even
something
think
that
that's the thing, because those straps were way up. The markings were way up here on the straps.
the public likes to hear is that it does take time to have this kind of a thorough investigation. But the collaboration, at least that I'm seeing with the Pima County Sheriff, with the FBI, and with the labs, they're all working together as a team. And these things do take some time. But I think the other thing for people to remember is not everything that law enforcement is doing is visible. And that's for a reason. Some of the things they're not making public. And I think you can rest assured that they're doing everything that they can. It just might not be known at this time.
Jen, I want to ask you about the high-tech signal detector that authorities are now using to try and pick up a signal from Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker. How precise is that technology? Obviously, we use Bluetooth signal for so much in regards to our phones. Are there other signals that could potentially interfere with that signal detector that they're trying to use?
Yeah, there could be other signals that are interfering with it, but it is a very precise and accurate signal. So I think the investigation tool that you're using that as tool is excellent because it is very accurate.
Jenna, while we have you here,
they're flying over and they're trying to pick up that Bluetooth signal. But what my question is if she passes away, does that signal stop? Like, has that signal stopped? You know, and that's crucial. It's crucial as shit.
We haven't had the pleasure of having you on our show. We've interviewed a ton of people about this. We haven't really gotten into speculation on motive in a while because it's hard to do so. The whole thing seems odd at best. Is there anything?
Scar on his lip. They never said anything about a scar on his lip. They're saying it right here, no scar.
Thing that you see isn't getting discussed that could be of interest or an important factor here that you feel like hasn't gotten attention?
Well, what I would say is obviously motive is the number one thing. It's the number one priority that you're looking at in any investigation. And this one, when you're looking at a kidnapping for ransom, they are so unusual. You could go back to the Charles Lindbergh, Frank Sinatra Jr. There have been others, very, very few. And in this one, they have a ransom, but they haven't collected any money, at least that anybody is aware of at this particular point. So then you start looking at motive for publicity. Is it something where they want it public? They've sent the notes to all of the media outlets which indicate that it is for publicity. And you could make that analogous to the Ted Kaczynski case, although it was not a kidnapping, but he sent things to the media outlets because he wanted that widespread of his manifesto. So I think you're looking at something very
I
similar
don't
here.
think this
That
dude wants
although
no
they
fucking
were
props.
requesting money, they haven't collected any, and they also did so at 2 different time frames. So like February 5th for 4 million, February 6th for 9 million, and even that giving a deliberation is extremely unusual. So I think
So
the
they
motive should be
it was from
explored more
6 to
for this.
9 million. I did not know that. I didn't know they raised it. I must have missed a day or something. I didn't know they raised it to 9 million. The robbers want 9 million now.
The money aspect of it, maybe some ideology, and again, potentially for the publicity.
Jana, going off of what you just described to us there, I don't believe we have any solid verification that those ransom notes sent to TMZ and to local news stations, have those been verified? Because to my knowledge, they haven't been. And it feels like last weekend when we covered the story, we were very focused on the ransom. Of course, the family putting out that video saying, we understand, we will pay. And as the week went on, obviously much more of an emphasis on the glove and the surveillance video. How confident are you in your expertise that these ransom notes being sent to the media very publicly are legitimate?
I think obviously the notes have been sent there, but as far as being legitimate in what they're looking for, I'm very speculative of that. And the reason being is because I do think as the behavior unfolds, we're going to see more and more that this is for the publicity, and they're going to come out with some different statements. So yeah, I'm very speculative of the genuineness, let's put it that way, of the notes.
Jana Monroe, thank you so much for joining us tonight, bringing your
Bro, they're so cheap to this family. Like $100,000 to Savannah is nothing. Nothing. Why aren't they? Why haven't they even paid the petty reward? Like this man's coming up saying, "Hey, I know this, this, and this." Why not just give him the money and find out? What's 50 grand if you lose it? You could probably trace him and follow that Bitcoin, catch him cashing it in or something. You never know. But like, try it. At this point, it's day 16, bro. She's been gone 2 weeks and 2 days. The probability of her being alive is slim to none. The heart surgeon, what I'm asking is if she's dead, does it continue to still run and put off a signal? Because if it don't, that ain't going to help. If she's dead, that pacemaker ain't going to matter at all. I just don't know. Like, what makes it stop? What makes it stop transmitting? It's a good thought to do it like that, but the guy probably has a warrant. Well, he's swearing the folks got a warrant now.
expertise. We really appreciate you being on here with us.
Thank you for the invitation.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to
Next
Fox
video,
News
let's
YouTube
go.
page and catch our hottest interviews and
Next video, go.
So we're back with a Fox News alert. New images show officials searching an area off the side of the road near Nancy Guthrie's home this morning. As sources tell Fox
They
News.
are searching. So we got some search going on, right? That's what we've been asking them to do. So they're searching right now.
Investigators are processing a
Why
set
at night,
of gloves that were found in the area. Matt Finn joins us from outside Nancy's home in Tucson with the latest. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning, Lawrence. That horrifying surveillance video of the masked figure on Nancy Guthrie's doorstep right behind me was released on Tuesday. And so far, the FBI has not officially given us an estimated height or weight of this suspect. And you think that would really help the public narrow down who they are looking for. Law enforcement tells Fox that it is working on giving us that profile, but there's no guarantee or timeline. Now, yesterday, investigators found a black glove about a mile away from Nancy Guthrie's home on Campbell Avenue, which is a busy street that connects to Nancy's.
I'm a firm believer that a lot of that shit's just bullshit. Like when people say either dead or unalived, I think a lot of that's bull crap. I think it is. I don't think it does anything to your channel. Like I say the R word all the time, and like I always fuck up. Like it's all good. We are people, baby.
Neighborhood. This type of clue could ultimately offer critical DNA evidence. And if you look at the Nest Cam video from Nancy's front door, you could see the masked figure wearing dark gloves. This morning, Fox News saw a Pima County forensic team searching brush on the side of Campbell Avenue, which is where the glove was found. Some of the agents were taking pictures, and over the past few days, we have repeatedly seen local and federal agents scouring the area around Nancy and daughter Annie Guthrie's homes.
Good.
It's clear to us agents are focusing on finding clues and talking to neighbors around Nancy's house and her daughter Annie's house, including asking for more home
This was
video.
on
Now,
day
as of this
12.
morning,
Okay.
there are no known suspects. Law enforcement.
Dude, day fucking 16, man. I do too.
Is not asking the public to be on the lookout
Day
for anyone in
16,
particular,
man.
and that includes
They're using next generation auto detection for the people, they said, for the camera footage. You know, Savannah Guthrie's supposed to be hosting the Olympics right now. That's probably one of the biggest things of her life. And here she is dealing with some prick that has their mother. You fucking scumbags. Maybe, Pretty Bird, it might be. But still, like, there should be like fleets of people searching for her. But it seems like nobody gives a fuck except for the media.
Is tonight the night, folks?
No. Yeah, the news just is so late. I feel like they're putting out late news. Like it's late. It's like not even new news. By the time they put it out, I'm like, oh, yep, I knew about that. Okay. Yeah, that's what 85 was saying. It still lives on. Yeah, right, Lily? That's like hosting the Olympics, man. That's a big deal for your career.
Maybe.
And then they steal your mama, man.
Thank you very much, Kimberly P, for the 20 gifted memberships. Very grateful.
Yeah, like who's replacing her? I'm gonna find out. Who's replacing Savannah Guthrie for the Olympics? Mary Carrillo. Veteran sportscaster and Olympic commentator Mary Carrillo is replacing Savannah Guthrie as the co-host for the 2006 Winter Olympics opening ceremony. So they do have a replacement. Mary Carrillo is who's replacing her. I want him found too. I think he deserves the death penalty after all this. Catch him, he deserves the death penalty.
And William Kaufman, thank you for the gifted memberships. Very, very grateful for the support.
Mary Carrillo.
Real time, what is going on? Very grateful. So we wait.
Think someone Tanya Hardinger? I don't know. Mary did it. They'll have it solved by this evening. I hope. I mean, I really hope. I hope that DNA comes back to somebody that's already in the database. And they can just go, bam, that's who it is. Go get his bitch ass. Fork up Nancy, bro. Nah, Fox, it's just the people wanting to get their payment for that week. So they go and do the service.
Yeah. No, it's all about collaborating.
It's a big motive.
I can see there's still people out here covering this.
Media's everywhere, dude. Damn, Monica. Yeah, she got a big crib, man. Her pool house is bigger than my house.
People are like, some people are saying, time to let it go. I don't understand that. Let what go?
Yeah.
Just stop talking about the case. Time to let it go.
I mean, Friday night we were, ready to do it, and so we got to expect that they're just not going to.
They're going to go very soon.
It's like everyone.
They're literally.
This is the calm before the storm.
This is the calm before the storm.
I mean, it's in any case like this, they're not just going to hit up 10 locations in a day and call it a day.
No, they're full blast.
Yeah, people are.
Do you need anything?
No,
I'm
I
straight.
hate when
Good.
somebody always says you should switch your content. You've been doing this too long. I fucking hate that, bro. I do, because you're not going to be the person supporting me when I do switch it. So that's what's fucked up about it. Somebody bitching about it ain't the person that's going to support you. Don't listen to nobody when you're doing YouTube.
I was just munching on a little popcorn.
Wouldn't like to live there.
Continue to stay hydrated. I'm good. I got liquids and I'm good.
Yep. There's so much media out there. They're just like living there. Hello, James.
Thank you, though, Bailey.
Desert's beautiful, though, y'all. It really is. It's nice out there.
Remember that big giant cheeseburger the other day? That thing was massive.
Yeah, that's right up.
You came up with sandwiches yesterday, too. What were they?
They got Gila monsters, bro. They got Gila monsters there. Those things look creepy. Yeah, I wouldn't be fucking with no Gila monster.
Where from?
That's Baggins.
Baggies?
Baggins.
Baggins.
It's Tucson only kind of family. Lots of Tucson has lots of family operated to small.
What's this EG's?
Yeah, I'm cool where I live too.
I mean,
I'm not in no
it's
rush to go
definitely a
living
Tucson
by
thing.
Gila monsters.
And then they have the kind of, it's like a slushy kind of drink.
Yeah, EG's. No, I'm learning.
Yeah, I'm not living near no Gila monsters, y'all. That is
I
just
haven't
not
ventured out.
happening,
Every time
y'all.
I do this, I go right to my hotel room and see what's being said, and
that's a
go to
fact.
sleep and back at it again. It's like no time to explore or do anything right now.
Yeah, they don't like, if you notice driving up here, do you see any fast food restaurants when you're so Tucson is really anti-corporation,
Around here, I see the Starbucks and the CBS.
Well,
but I don't
those
know.
are there, but
Yeah.
I'm talking, you don't see the Whataburgers.
No, there's no
unless
fast
you
food
go into
restaurants
town.
around here. Yeah, there's
unless
none.
you go into the city.
It's all like 3 miles to the south and on.
Yep.
And there's no fast food restaurants up around here. None. I know there's no gas stations either.
No. And that's kind of how Oro Valley
Want to move?
and Catalina Foothills where we're at. They run a tight ship with
It's
their
all
police.
regulated and everything like that. Like
Well,
the
they're-
zoning.
Yeah, they got boars. They got wild boars.
They're just a little more,
That's what I'm saying. So
NIMBY.
crime is
NIMBY.
like-
You ever heard of the NIMBY? Not in my backyard.
Yeah.
And so, they try to keep the crime out of here, right? There's just imagine this vortex that they try to keep out of Catalina Foothills. And so that's why Oro Valley Police and the Pima County Sheriff are way more strict up in this area.
But I haven't seen no law enforcement. That's the thing, is like not even patrolling. I don't see any like around here.
Well,
I saw some down there at the Tucson Walmart.
Yeah, right, girl.
They get paid.
Right, Lisa.
Walmart pays them 24
I
hours a
feel
day.
you, girl. I'm not going nowhere near no Gila monster,
That's
bro.
like off time.
Hecky nah.
Why do people keep saying it's my birthday? It's not my birthday today, folks.
Gilda?
My birthday.
Gilda prom?
It's not today.
Wow. No way.
Somebody spreading rumors that it's
Gila.
my birthday.
Gila.
Not my birthday, folks.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with no
Yourself a
Gila
coffee.
monsters.
Thank you, Glitch.
Hell no.
Coffee.
Yeah, Gila monsters are scary looking.
I stand with Tommaso in his beard. Happy unbirthday.
Did we find,
Somebody
did you
said a
find
happy
out about the glove?
No way.
No, do you want to go look and see if the glove is still there?
Yeah, we could.
You want to go see if the glove is there?
What glove?
You guys want to just take a trip, like real quick, just to see if the glove is there, and we can come back
Probably snatch that glove
and
up.
see if they
too.
acted on it, because they got a lot of calls on it. I mean, if they didn't act on it, it just shows. Yeah, let's go. You want to come with me?
Yeah, if they didn't act
All
on
right,
that
we'll
glove and they got a
right
bunch
here.
of calls
Here, come on.
and it's
Sit down,
still there,
folks. We'll be back.
then that
We're
means
gonna go
they've
see
got
if-
enough of what they're already doing.
We were like,
They ain't
no.
jumping on
I
that.
just want to see if they actually took it. Yeah, let's go, because nothing else is popping off here right now. So we'll
I
see
bet.
if that glove got.
Yeah, I wouldn't
analyzed.
freaking
The
with no
glove's not there. I mean,
scorpions
it's not
either.
like someone's gonna
Yeah,
walk down
no,
and kill.
no scorpions.
It's a glove.
Nope, ain't happening. No way. You wake up and they're all attached
Glove.
to your screen door and shit.
I'm gonna go
Like,
see if the
hell
glove-
no, scorpions. Nope.
Well, and the sheriff do have the,
Nope.
side by sides that they could be doing some patrolling.
You think
Nope.
so?
I'm smashing scorpions.
You would think they would put like a show, at
Yeah.
least. But maybe they're
Yeah,
maybe
that's funny.
local residents don't want the law enforcement around here. You know, like the president
Yeah, cack-
might be
Yeah.
intimidating. And
Well, if they did an early morning search just to, but it is a definite to be to.
do you want a burger again? No, thank you. I'm good.
Where'd you park?
I parked up here.
Up here?
Up here, straight ahead.
Oh, okay.
Straight ahead.
Look at how
got a
many
water
cars
in
are there. See, they
On
should
the
have been
iWater
blocked off
side.
right here. Boom. Then all the cars could have parked down these roads. But they
Hello.
should have blocked that off. man.
Pittsburgh. How are you?
George, this is Crystal.
Hi, George and Crystal. How are you guys?
Came down, pay our respects. Hope to find Nancy.
Hope to. You want to talk? Not really. All right. Go
I
right
mean,
here.
Yeah.
Voice.
Voice is cool. Yeah.
Voices. Where
Yeah.
you guys from?
We're from Florence.
Florence.
Yeah. Well, she's from Detroit, Michigan.
Yep.
Yeah.
From
Came down to
Pittsburgh.
pay respect for Nancy.
Sorry, an angel
Oh,
for
can I
her.
just see the angel?
Yeah, go for it.
Look at that. Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
And the wings laid
Oh.
up
Should I
there.
lay it
I
down
was
on
gonna
the
go live, but it's
by the
Yeah,
mailbox?
over by the mailbox.
Oh wow,
Right.
Yeah,
nice.
we've been.
That's
We're gonna
awesome.
be here
Yeah.
for a while. We're gonna go see if
We're
this.
blocking the road.
That's awesome. We're gonna head down. We got to do a boot. We gotta look at a glove, but we'll be back. But yeah, it's down there. You'll see all the flowers and everything like that. And thank you for everything you do. Thank you.
Oh, man, that's
You
beautiful.
too. She got an angel in her hand.
You see how beautiful people can be? You see?
Yeah, that was sweet.
Yeah, there's quite a few angels there. That's cool. All right. I had to clear my front seat. I got all these like electronic wires and chargers. And stuff.
I don't know what I would do if my mother was taken.
Go.
That would be such a stressful imagine so stressful beyond all my
There's a new
imagination.
week, folks. They call this week 3. Week 3. Week 3. All right. So, yeah, just put it right there.
Oh, heck no.
See the backpack?
Yeah. Now you think it's the same color, or do you have? Because it reflects different on the video, right?
It's the same. It's the same. I mean, they're
Okay, so this is
they only
exactly
have
what
like
he had.
yeah, they only have
Stink bugs. Oh, gross.
Is that backpack?
I hate those things too. We got stink bugs here too.
backpack. I'm not gonna walk around wearing it. I saw another news journalist talking about the backpack and said they bought one too. We have a backpack. We have the backpack. All right, let me do a reverse. No, go this way.
Some air fresheners, yeah.
All right, we're on our way to just see if the glove got
They're purgatory.
bagged as evidence. Now, if the glove's not there, it doesn't mean that it police got it. Somebody else could have got it because it got a lot of attention.
I hope nobody else would pick up a glove for the police not to.
In the morning, it's strange here because in the morning, like I turn on the heat, and then in the afternoon I have to turn on the AC.
Oh, that's exactly how it is in Tucson.
Like, even though it's cool, I still put the heat on when it's like 50. I get cold easy, but I also get hot easy too. It's warm.
Yeah, that'll happen a lot.
All right,
Can't
we're on
kill
our way.
bugs. Oh,
You know,
front of my
another
house,
thing, when I
they're
was driving
dying.
yesterday, there was many people walking the streets around here. I'm not gonna
I
say they're
couldn't believe-
homeless or whatever, but with backpacks, like people up on Orange.
Yeah, there's lots of hiking trails. That's why a lot of people.
No, these
move
people
here.
look like kind of like
the
transient type of deal. I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but
Why the hell would you have to report a stink bug? We got so many. Why would you need to report it? That's
Well,
wild.
It's pretty.
If the glove don't
the
fit,
wash right there.
must be quit.
There's, where you were at a bridge one day. Remember that?
yes.
You must quit.
That used to be a
If that
massive
glove don't fit,
homeless encampment. 50
you
people,
must
they were on
quit.
wash. They had
Let's
to-
go, chat.
about
If
3
the
weeks
glove
ago, they
don't
came
fit,
cleared everybody out.
you
arrested people
must
who had
quit. That's all they got him on, the
And so
glove.
now they've been trying to enforce it after.
Imagine this going to trial.
Killing.
They get up there. The glove don't fit.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's a
And,
double OJ. It's a double OJ.
And the loop is like Tucson's elite.
They
or
better start
Tucson,
covering
I guess, just residents.
more
They love
women
it,
that
'cause
get
it's a
abducted.
great thing. They can ride
And
all
more
over
children that
throughout
get
the city.
abducted.
It's like 100 miles around the city.
Mm-hmm.
But it got taken over by homeless in
Yeah.
lots of areas. So once that happened, they started cleaning it up. But it's not far from here. I mean, you were at it the other day when you were at the Long, or yesterday, and you saw all those people riding on that. So,
yep.
But back to, everybody, it does look a little more organized if the ransom notes are real. But like I said, a lot of people think that it's a hoax.
The TMZ one.
Who thinks they took the glove? Who thinks they took the glove, y'all? The cops take the glove or leave it there?
Folks, we're on our way down
On the road
to see
again.
what the glove is.
I just can't wait to get on that road again. In places that I've never seen before.
Tucson.
Well, even if it
No shit. Cool. Ads it is, baby. I don't
is still
control it.
there, at least
YouTube
they,
does that shit.
They know about it.
YouTube gives you the
I
ad,
mean,
not me, man.
If if they have no lead, well, it's gonna pick up
That's
that
a
glove
fact.
finally. But it seems like I think there was a reported they found 16 gloves so far.
As
Found numerous gloves.
oh, the gloves. I don't know, but like that one reporter was saying, they might pick up 15, and they might be from the investigators before. It's like what? They might get on like what?
Bag them and tag them.
I think the glove is still there.
Journalist. Yep. This is where that glove was found.
Oh, that's where the first one was found.
Correct. Actually, it was found right here.
Right here on this bend. Yep. Right there.
Blue paper's still there for Ruben. Did you see Ruben's paper?
Yeah, I saw the blue paper.
So they found another one. Wait a minute, JLR. You found a glove, bro? Look how fucking there's nothing out there with any lights on it. Like, no lights. You know how dark this will be at night?
So who's going to solve this case first, the FBI or the sheriffs, or them together? Who's gonna break the case? What do you think?
You know, I think it's gonna another. It might even be the public.
Public.
The public.
Public with the tip.
With the tip. Just because of how many eyes are on this, and
you could say NBC is.
Well, the media might break it.
Dude, it is so. It would be so dark out there at night.
If I turn
like
this
so
person
dark.
and
There is not
I'm gonna financially
one
benefit
light
for the rest of my life
anywhere.
being that person.
Some people say you and I.
So all you have is your head.
I haven't really done any sleuthing. I'm just out here documenting what's going on and moving around.
But people have been sharing great information.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've been coming up.
I mean, I think everything is on the table until they reveal what they feel.
Yeah, JLR hasn't really done.
Some of the news reports are saying, well,
he's really just been documenting. He's right,
some of the news,
which is good. Because I think sometimes people that do this sleuthing thing on YouTube, where they try to figure out investigations, they go too far. They just go too far, man. Start getting involved with it and shit. It's fucking weird.
I mean, there's like literally a homeless guy right there on the side of the road. There's a homeless guy on the side of the road. But they're literally like, some of the media is reporting, well, they're leaning away from the family, people close to the family, and expanding on.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some people in the chat that still feel like it's affiliated with Tommaso in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, that has went away. And it's hard to in any kind of case like that. That will always stick into.
And shout out to
until they
Tapper
find
too.
Who really did it?
Much
Tomatoes.
love.
People put tomatoes in the chat. It's like a tomato. It's like a garden. There's the tomatoes.
Yeah, he had on 2 pairs of gloves.
Tomatoes are coming. Tomatoes.
Well, if that torch, if it all depends on if that flashlight was one of those mouth flashlights. If it was, then he'll be able to have it in his mouth without slobbering. But if it wasn't, he might have had some slobber. I said that early on, didn't I, chat? He could have left slobber on the front porch, all that.
See, tomatoes, love. Oh man, here comes the tomatoes. Look, tomatoes. Tomatoes is AKA Tommaso tomatoes.
No, it's not racist to call a stink bug invasive species. No, not racist.
I saw
watermelon.
Slashed.
So crime happens a lot, like from here down.
Yeah.
I hear this is like the borderline of the crime.
Like this just happened 6 minutes ago. So it was holding a shovel. This was a shovel altercation.
God
Someone
dang.
holding a shovel.
You hit somebody with a shovel, man, you're taking a chance on killing them. Fuck that.
Interesting.
They got it from a cup.
All types of things that happen here, wild stuff. Just like in
They
any
got
other
mine
city.
from prison. They got mine from prison. A slobberer. Slobber all over the place. I mean, they could.
Shovel, screwdriver.
Ladybugs are fucking pests.
Interesting. Folks, we are on River Road in Gamble. And
I know.
As soon as we cross this light, we're basically going into the Realty parking lot, and we're going to be at the edge of the Bat Bridge. And
I think she knew she was going
west side of it.
And she was going.
A glove was found yesterday. We went and saw it. We were there for a while.
That's a great point. But why take her, Nana? Why take her? That's a big move to take her. If you're just doing a robbery, right? You're just doing a burglary and you hope she's gone. Why take her? Why not take everything in the house that you want, tie her up, and leave her right where she is? I mean, the dude was covered up. He could have gotten away with the burglary, even though she was there. I'm a firm believer of that. But this idiot snatched her fucking ass up, man. That's so fucking mean and cruel. It's like every person's worst nightmare is to be kidnapped. I know I've had nightmares about it, especially when I was younger. But like it's everybody's worst nightmare. It's scary.
Kind of looking at
Scary
the
as
glove, and we left. No law enforcement came, so we're gonna go in here now and see if the glove is still there. They called the FBI. Numerous people. They've received numerous calls about it. They were 100% aware. They're aware of this glove, and here we are. All right, what do you think? Odds are, I say it's still there.
Yeah, I think so.
Odds are, I say it's still there. What do you think? Yes or no? Do you think the glove is still there? Yes or no?
I think it is.
Do you think the glove is still there? Let's see what everyone has to say before we go look. Yes or no? Will the glove still be there? No, yeah. Look. So many yeses. Many people. There's more. The majority's ruling here, and it's yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like
All
that
right,
either.
let's go look. Let's go look.
I wouldn't like that either, Pretty Bird. Scary thought too. Damn.
Survey says.
I would have been paying everything though.
Here we go. Here we go. Dun dun dun.
Still there.
The glove. It's still there.
They got what
They
they
didn't
need,
get the
man.
glove.
They don't want that glove.
Crazy. It's still there, folks.
They didn't want it.
Crazy. And the shoe is still there.
They didn't want it.
There's probably
They didn't want it. That's weird how if somebody reported this and they didn't go collect it, that what does that mean? Do they got stuff that they need? Right? If somebody reported that there's a glove and a shoe and they didn't go collect it, what do you think? Like, does that mean that the FBI has enough and they don't care about this lead? I think they should give up the money to see at least something.
A foot of trash underneath that sand right there.
I know, right? They didn't get the glove.
There's a foot of trash underneath it.
Look, you can
Ugh.
see. You want to be on camera? Can we hear your voice? Oh, we want to speak to a genetic genealogist.
Your
Come on in
fans
here.
might
What's
want
your
to
name?
talk. Christine.
Christine, how are you? So we're not going to show
Genealogy.
Christine's face because you don't want to be on camera.
It's not about me.
Yes. IgG.
Well, I call it forensic genetic genealogy, right?
Ooh,
As
yeah.
opposed to investigative genetic genealogy, because
Ooh.
forensics is for court,
Okay.
right? Making sure that it's going to stand up in court.
Okay.
The
Ooh.
forensic procedure. And I thought
Ooh.
maybe if your fans wanted to ask me some questions,
Not fans, just viewers.
Ooh.
okay, maybe I could answer it in exchange for some help, right? I think we all want to get Nancy found, and this is just horrible. But I
Ooh.
think that a lot of people don't know we've got over 15,000. I think last I checked, 15,477 unidentified human remains cases across the United States. And we need
Wow.
more help to do that. And so I wanted to see if the viewers had any questions, but also to ask them if they would get their DNA tested, or if they have their DNA tested, to upload them to GEDmatch and FTDNA.
Is that who you work for?
No, I have my own company.
Okay, what's your company?
Genetic Genealogy for Law Enforcement. I'm a
Okay.
retired detective and sergeant. And I had my own
Big
DNA
time
drama
right here,
in
JLR.
2017.
Good
I lost
shit.
my identity and I had to find it. And nobody would
What?
help me.
Let's get out
And
of
when
the walkway.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
I,
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
we're going to get run
We're
over.
gonna get run.
Did she say she lost her identity? What? JLR. JLR.
Over.
Yeah.
That guy was cruising.
Yeah. And when I
That's
figured it out, I started helping the police because we need more resources for this. It's very expensive. So I work with the police. I train the police. I advocate. We need to stop defunding the police and get the resources. So we have resources like I partnered. I'm in collaboration with ASU here in Arizona. We can do STR testing. We can do SNP testing, such as the whole genome sequencing or the microarray. Lots of stuff we could do. But enough about that. Yeah. Do they have any questions?
They say whatever. So you
Whatever.
might see stuff that's offensive, you know.
It goes so fast. I've been
All right,
watching.
so,
Thank
so,
you for
so,
everything
so
that
they're
you're
gonna put
doing.
this DNA in this glove in CODIS. What
Yes.
happens at that point?
Well, hopefully there's a hit, right? And the problem with the CODIS database is it's much smaller than what we would have in
Good for her, man.
Ancestry or 23andMe and MyHeritage, which there's a whole kit and caboodle about what we can use and what we can't use. That's why I ask everybody to put it over into GEDmatch and FTDNA, right? So we have it there, law enforcement friendly. Although it does cost $1,400 to get into each database. There's a lot of, I know people don't realize the real cost about this. That's why my mission is to get cost-effective, competent solutions for our law enforcement partners. But it's great. We have this great technology and we really need to use it. But going back to CODIS. So if there's not a hit in CODIS, right, only certain characteristics or certain cases go into CODIS, right? If somebody's been arrested or convicted or whatever, depending on the state resources. So if there's not a match or a close match, a familial match, then what do we do?
Rely on you guys.
Well, there's things that we can do with YSTR, specific to YSTR. I have a process that I do that can help develop leads. But if not, if we can't do anything with that, if we can't get a surname or anything from there, then it's going to go to genetic genealogy, which is absolutely amazing. I cannot advocate for it enough.
So some people, critics will say it's an intrusion on people's privacy. You know, it's them bypassing warrants, and you know, it's going around to family members and branching out. What's your response to?
I'm glad you brought that up. I wrote that down. Privacy. Okay. Yeah, I think people should educate themselves on the privacy, medical information versus non-medical information. There's so much. I tell people there's so much DNA just floating around about people that could be developed. So really educate yourself. Obviously, having been a cop, right, I want to have access to as much as I can, but I'm also advocating for my own privacy. But it's so helpful and it can do so much. So I would just urge the public to educate themselves on what the real privacy versus the HIPAA and the portions of the DNA that they use.
So you want every American really to submit?
No, I don't want every American to submit. I want the people that really want to help. We have such a group of great people.
You're asking every American to submit, though. I hate how she just dodged that question, because she did. Because that's what it's doing. Hey, what are you doing? You're reaching out to all JLR's people to go and submit. You just did a whole ad right here on his man's show, yo. That's what she did.
Maybe they wanted to be a cop, or they wanted to be a private investigator, or they want to contribute somehow. And this is definitely a way that they can do it.
How?
So they put it in CODIS.
They want you to give
the only way they're going to know the purpose if he has a criminal record, correct?
Or if it's in there for one of several reasons.
If it's DNA from another crime or something like that, they'll be able to.
Correct. And sometimes there's missing person samples and different things, right? So it's only in there what has been allowed to be in there.
So it's CODIS at that point. Then do they reach out to people like you or organizations, private labs?
Yes, depending on what they want to do, right? If they want to take it further.
If they can't find the person.
Well, I'm not sure exactly who the lab is.
How would the FBI have to reach out to somebody else? Like, they should be able to do it all.
That they're using, but there's a lot of agencies and labs and folks just like me that do this work. Hopefully they will do that, right? Because if they come up empty, we've got to take it to the next step, right? That's what I think. There's a lot of criticism about the cops, but they don't give up, right? We're never going to give up. It may just take some time, but yeah, we definitely want to do that. Now, a good question about that glove, right? Is that glove at all related to the incident?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Could be somebody else's glove for whatever reason.
We don't know. And we don't know what's in the house. Like, we don't know, it's very close to the vest with the police for a number of reasons. Mm-hmm. But
yeah,
they're going to work it until the end. And I would like, that's another reason I came out here, is because this is such an amazing technology. We really need to be using it with the public's permission and expanding this all across law enforcement, because it is amazing, right? I worked a 30+ year cold case. 48 hours I had the ID.
Really?
Yes.
What case was that?
It was out of Northern Nevada. I don't want to say who it is, because I'm very cautious about re-victimizing the victims. Gotcha. Because it is sensitive about the family. But some cases take a long time. One case just took me 2 years. And that is based on, because with CODIS is pretty much a one-to-one match. But with forensic genetic genealogy or investigative genetic genealogy, it's built around the relatives.
Why wouldn't the police be able to do that?
I like to call it the neighborhood canvas, right? We saw the cops were going door to door trying to get, what did you see? Who does it sound like? Well, when we put it in the DNA databases, we get those relatives that are saying, hey, that's my cousin, or that's my 15th cousin. And so we're limited by the number of matches and the closeness, the relatedness of the matches. And that's why I always urge everybody to put if they can put it in FTDNA and put it in GenMatch, it just helps, because.
Yeah, I go to Brian Hinton. Sorry.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. I really, really appreciate it. Please click to subscribe. Of course, I'm still in Arizona. It is Sunday. A lot of big developments I'm going to get to in this episode. This is Nancy Guthrie's house. Obviously, this is kind of where I've been stationed. But we got a new statement from the FBI talking about DNA that was found on one of the gloves that was recovered. And this could really be significant, especially in light of the DNA that we know was also found inside Nancy's home. So I have a DNA expert who I'm going to talk to, who is going to join me in a couple of minutes and explain the significance of this and why this does mean we could be getting closer to a suspect. Also, you guys remember the SWAT raid Friday night that I was at. I went back out to the house where the raid happened. Then a couple days later, I find a lot of times when you go back to places a couple days later, you can see if people want to talk then when things sort of simmer down. So I'll show you what that was like. Really nice neighborhood, by the way. So I'll take you back to the house. And then also more drama with the Pima County Sheriff. In this episode, I have an interview with a sergeant from the Pima County Sheriff's Office, who is also the union president, who is very concerned about the way the investigation has been handled. He's concerned about a lack of experience with the detectives on the case. And he explains to me what he thinks should be done differently and also what is being said within the department. It's the first time I've been able to interview.
I don't know if Brian Hinton will hit me, would he? He's a journalist. He probably wouldn't hit me. Nah, I don't think Brian will hit me. He knows I'm helping him. Most of them know I'm helping him. Yeah. Everybody knows it's Brian Hinton. I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, check out Brian. He's good as fuck. But yeah, he should be all right. He shouldn't. I don't want to put it up, but he's all right. He shouldn't.
Him, and he is a sergeant with the department right now. And he was able to speak freely because he's got the protections because he is the union president. And then lastly, I'm going to get into the signal sniffer. Remember I told you guys about that? That is this device that I've now found out came from the FBI that they attached to the helicopter that can actually sense Nancy's pacemaker. Everything new I've learned about that also coming up in this episode of Brian Hinton Investigates. Hey guys, all right, so I want to go over the latest with you on the newest development with the FBI statement involving new DNA on the glove. And first, the statement's a little confusing, so I'm going to tell you what I make of it in a second. But first, let me just read you this new statement from an FBI spokesperson. It says, the gloves found approximately 2 miles from the Guthrie residence in a field near the side of the road were packaged up by the Pima County Sheriff's Office and sent overnight on 2/12, and they arrived at their private lab in Florida on 2/13. The FBI received preliminary results yesterday on 2/14 and are awaiting quality control and official confirmation today before putting unknown male profile into CODIS, the national database unique to the Bureau. This process typically takes 24 hours from when the Bureau receives DNA. Investigators collected approximately 16 gloves in various areas near the house. Most of them were searchers' gloves that they discarded in various areas when they searched the vicinity. The one with the DNA profile recovered is different and appears to match the glove of the subject in the surveillance video. The FBI has and will continue to provide assistance on whatever timeline is provided to us. So the most important line here that I see is the one with the DNA profile recovered is different and appears to match the glove on the subject in the surveillance video. So there is one of the gloves that they have found that is different because they say it actually matches the glove that we see in the surveillance video at the front of Nancy Guthrie's home. And it has a DNA profile on it that they are interested in and that they are going to put into CODIS. So that is pretty significant. So and remember, a lot of people are saying, well, how do they know exactly if the glove matches based on that video that we've just seen from the front door?
Let's just hope this man...
They could have more video that we just don't know about. Nancy had other cameras. And they may only be releasing public video from the front camera, but they very well may have been able to get video from the other cameras that Nancy had. I am told she may have had one more, and maybe that also picked up video of the suspect. I don't know, but if it did, that could be another way that they're able to get a close look at the glove.
Still alive.
So this is significant
footage. They may have seen that she was still alive leaving the house. You know, let's just hope that she's still alive leaving that house.
The other thing that stood out to me is when they said that some of the other gloves that they found were from searchers that had discarded them in various areas. I mean, that just kind of surprised me. You would think that the search crews would not be just discarding their gloves
stupid.
outside, especially since it appears most of the searchers have been either deputies or FBI agents.
Dumb.
And I will say I've seen some photos of some of the law enforcement out searching with these black gloves just like hanging out of their back pocket. And I noticed it because I thought, gosh, those could just like fall out of their back pocket. And then would someone pick that up and think that that was a glove connected to the case? So that part kind of stood out to me. But really the main message here is that they have a glove with the DNA profile recovered.
Hi, buddy. Where you been?
And the glove appears to match the gloves of the subject in the surveillance video. Later in this episode, you'll hear me talk to a sergeant with the Pima County Sheriff's Office who actually happens to also be the union president, which is why he was allowed to talk to me. But he'll explain he's skeptical of this glove actually matching back to the suspect, just because he says there really are a lot of these gloves around. There's a lot of homeless people around. He says there's a lot of people who wear these gloves for different work that they do. So he was skeptical, but you'll hear why he says that a little later in the episode. I also want to remind you, when it comes to DNA, there was another big development over the last couple of days. The sheriff said that they found DNA in Nancy Guthrie's home, which is back there behind me. That does not connect back to Nancy Guthrie and does not connect back to anyone in her, circle of people that come to the house. So that to me is almost more significant than the DNA found on the glove, because that really could be the kidnapper's DNA. The bottom line is they're getting DNA now in from different places, not to mention, remember the search warrant they did where they likely swabbed people for DNA there too. So the bottom line is they're getting DNA in now from different places. And this is when you start to see a case come together from the experts that I've spoken to and from the cases that I've covered. This is when DNA experts can really go to work and they can start comparing different pieces of DNA that came in and start trying to make connections. So I get the sense that things might really start heating up over the next couple of days based on some of this new information that's coming out. So again, I'm going to get to my DNA expert here in a minute, but I wanted to get through some of the other big headlines for you, and she'll actually explain how significant this is. Something else. So remember Friday night, I was at the SWAT operation that happened where they went into the house. They pulled a man and a woman out who I'm told were mother and son. And then they also pulled someone over close by as part of the same operation. And we're told there were no arrests made. It was all connected to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. But I'm told by sources not to just discount all of this, that there's still very much an investigation happening behind the scenes, that they served this federal search warrant, and that, they're still processing evidence. So I went back to the neighborhood today. I hadn't had a chance to go back since I was there when it was dark out, and I wanted to see what it looked like in the daylight. And I also wanted to go up to the door and see if anyone was home. So take a look at this. So this is my first time back in the neighborhood where the SWAT activity was on Friday night. I was here, it was obviously dark, and then I got so distracted with all the other developments of the weekend. But this is what the neighborhood looks like. It's a pretty nice neighborhood. It's interesting because again, it was so dark when I was out here. It's interesting to see it all in the daylight. This is the house here that the SWAT activity happened at. And it's pretty quiet around. I'm gonna go to the door and see if anybody is home at the house.
Where's he going? Oh, he's going to the people's houses. That's right. Yeah, it's toxic. Yeah, it's contagious, bro. Yeah. Oh. You got fucking 15 of them now. Get them, critters. Get them haters. Make them mad. Make them mad, kitty, kitty. Make them mad. He's making them mad. Yup.
Doesn't look like anybody's answering. I think other reporters have already been here. I'm not sure if anyone's home, although there is a car. Oh, hi, we'll be right there, it said. I don't think anyone's coming. I did. I saw someone in the window. Hello?
Robert Duvall. Wow,
Hello?
long time.
There
Robert
was a
Duvall.
woman that just opened the blind just for a second.
Robert Duvall.
But yeah, I don't think they're coming out. Like I said, I think some of the reporters have been here, and it looked like a kind of an older woman that opened the curtain just for a second. There's this
broken
car
down
that was in an accident in the driveway.
Got nice houses, man. Really nice houses.
But yeah, so this is the neighborhood. It's a pretty nice neighborhood. Kind of reminds me of Nancy Guthrie's neighborhood a little bit. It's about 2 miles away, but the houses are much, much closer together, and they're out closer to the road. In Nancy's neighborhood, there's obviously a lot more like shrubbery and cactuses in the front. So I'll go back to that house again. I find just with my reporting that sometimes when things cool down and all the other reporters leave, and if I kind of forget about something, that that's the best time to kind of swoop in and try to talk to people. So I'm going to check out the house again and just keep an eye on that whole situation, because again, while there were no arrests, I'm told that there's still activity happening behind the scenes. Something else I wanted to update you guys on, if you follow me on Twitter, I've talked about this signal sniffer, which I confirmed, and I actually have video of this helicopter. We saw it last week. It was the Pima County Sheriff's Office helicopter that was hovering very, very low over Nancy Guthrie's house, and then hovering low over the side yard and the backyard and just different areas around the house. But it was peculiar because I haven't seen search and rescue helicopters hover in one place that low for extended period of time. Like it would stay in one spot for like 3 minutes and then move, but again, very, very low. And I am told that there was a piece of technology on the chopper that was sent in from the FBI called a signal sniffer. And it's a new kind of technology. It's pretty top secret in many ways. And they attach it to a skid of the helicopter, and it could actually sense Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker. Again, I'm told it's an imperfect science and it's a new technology, and it has to hover low and it has to stay in one place. That's why the helicopter was just like not moving around a ton. But they believe that there's the possibility that it could actually pick up on Nancy Guthrie's pacemaker. It also, by the way, picks up on other things. AirPods, I'm told, smart washers and dryers, all of those things. So it becomes a little complicated trying to narrow it down. But it's interesting. It is a technology that they have used in the past. And I confirmed that with one of my sources on the ground. And then News Nation reporter Libby Dean, who's my friend in DC, also confirmed it with her FBI source that the FBI did send that technology in and that it has been used, which is just interesting because I've never heard of something like that before. And it's just kind of fascinating that they could try to detect Nancy's pacemaker. And hopefully, when I saw them using it, it was over a week ago. So I don't know if they've used it again, but it's kind of a neat piece of technology that they're using in this investigation. I want to go now, though, to Cece Moore, who is really just a famous DNA expert. She's worked on a lot of big cases, and I want to get her take on this latest information that we got from the FBI regarding the DNA on the glove and also the DNA in Nancy Guthrie's house. I'm joined now by Cece Moore. It's nice to see you, Cece.
Nice to see you.
I think it's quiet out here. Hopefully, I'm outside Nancy Guthrie's house, so sometimes it gets a little noisy out here, but I think it'll be okay. Just a lot of people in the crime community know you, obviously, but just for people who don't know you, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, I'm one of the early pioneers of genetic genealogy, and then that transition into using it for law enforcement purposes. And I am the chief genetic genealogist at Parabon Nanolabs. My small team and I have helped law enforcement solve over 365 cases now. So I think we've really proven the power of investigative genetic genealogy.
For sure. So I'm glad you're the perfect person for me to talk to about these latest developments with Nancy Guthrie. The first thing I wanted to ask you is this new information that came out from the FBI about this glove that was found 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's house that they found some DNA on, and they're going to put into CODIS, I guess, after they finalize the testing. What do you make of that? What does that mean?
You know, it's interesting to me that they've agreed to put it into CODIS because that usually means that they feel fairly confident about it. They have very strict guidelines about what DNA is allowed in that database. So that leads me to believe that they have a reasonable belief that it could be from the crime scene. However, being 2 miles away, of course, I would obviously use great caution in coming to conclusions about who the suspect is just based on that alone. Okay. We've had a lot of cases where we have analyzed things like gloves and like other items in or near crime scenes. And of course, when you're doing that, it really requires that there is a lot more caution used because it very well could be an innocent person.
ALR.
Yeah, and a lot of
Yeah,
people
well, I
use
wasn't
those black
looking
gloves
for
for
it.
different jobs. And like you said, the fact that it's
You
2
ain't
miles
up on
away.
him.
The sheriff
You're just
also said
promoting
that they
her
found
stuff.
DNA in Nancy's house that
Yeah.
is not, that doesn't connect back to Nancy and doesn't connect to anyone really within her circle. Because apparently they've swabbed, you know, like the workers that have gone in and out and the family members and stuff. That to me, is that significant?
To me, that's much more significant because we know that's tied to the crime scene. Of course, it still doesn't guarantee that it is the suspect. DNA can last a long time depending on what the form is of that DNA. I've worked cases where we analyzed a drop of blood and it ended up being someone who lived in the house 2 years earlier. And of course, we know Nancy has been there for many years, decades. So she should have a pretty good idea. I mean, her family should have a pretty good idea about who has been in and out there. So that helps a lot. I am very optimistic about that part of it, much more so than the glove. And I think that if they really do have that alien DNA there, that DNA that they are not able to tie to any known person, that could very well be the answer to this case.
And I'm told that with some of these people that they've been questioning, you know, they've done some search warrants over the last week, that they are swabbing them also for DNA.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
How does that work? So what, then they will go and compare that to what they found in the house, or how does that work behind the scenes?
Right. So that is using the traditional law enforcement DNA analysis that they have used for decades in cases like this. So that's just a straight profile, one-to-one comparison. Do any of those individual match any of, and does the DNA profile from any of those persons of interest match any of the DNA that was found in the house? If they did, that's obviously huge. Even if it matched that glove, that could be really telling, right? Because that's unlikely to be a coincidence then. That's not something that they would need to use genetic genealogy for. So that is just the traditional type of testing and comparisons.
How long does it take to get results for something like that? Like if they go and do a search warrant and swab someone, how quickly could they know if it connects back to the DNA on the glove or the DNA in the house?
Well, that could be very quick because there's such a thing as rapid DNA now. And I'm sure they are using it in this case since it is so timely. And with those, you can create those law enforcement profiles, the type of DNA that's entered into the CODIS database.
It tells you right there, dude, they're fast. Bam. They getting it done. I mean, my DNA's in the database. I've gotten in trouble before, but it's been long, long ago. It's still there though.
Very quickly, almost immediately. And so that's something that they should have results on extremely quickly.
Electric.
And when you say quickly, is it like hours even?
Yes, hours.
Okay, so I'm just thinking because this latest raid was on Friday night. It's now, when we're doing this interview, it's Sunday. There's still been no arrests. So maybe they've already gotten the results by this point.
They may have. It just depends what technology they're using. Typically, it would take, I'd say overnight, a full day if they're using the traditional crime scene analysis. But if they're using one of those rapid DNA analysis machines, which I would be very surprised if they weren't, that is very, very quick. So they would already have answers to some of those questions, I imagine.
If they've sent everything so far to this lab in Florida, which the sheriff's department uses, if they do a swab of someone here, do they then have to send it to that lab? Or can they do something here where they just compare it?
They could do something there if they have the rapid DNA machine there. So that private lab, the outside lab, is going to be most useful when it comes to creating a SNP profile, which is what we use for genetic genealogy. Many labs, including crime labs, the FBI, many others, are able to create that traditional STR profile, that short tandem repeat profile. That's what law enforcement has used for decades. That is what they use to charge someone with a crime and eventually convict somebody with a crime. And so there's a wide capability to do that. So they could have sent it to their own crime lab there in Arizona. They could have sent it to the FBI for that, or they could also have DNA Labs International in Florida working on that part of the case. That's a much more quick process as compared to creating the SNP profile and trying to perform genetic genealogy on it.
Yeah, when I think of genetic genealogy, I think of the Koberger case, which I think is the first time that a lot of people had ever heard of that. Is it essentially where they go? Well, tell me what is, could they use it in a case like this?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, I've been waiting for that to happen, just hoping that there would be DNA found that was not tied to any of the known individuals from the home, because that will solve the case if nothing else does. It's just a matter of time then. If they have that DNA, that person who left that DNA will be identified.
So the stranger's DNA in the house, they could figure out who that person is, even if
absolutely, yes.
Just they could come up with it almost out of nowhere, even if none of these others.
It's not out of nowhere, but it is a highly reliable method of reverse engineering somebody's identity just from their DNA. So if someone leaves their DNA behind at a crime scene, then they absolutely can and eventually will be identified through investigative genetic genealogy. What is going to determine how long that takes is what population group that person is from. So if their ancestry is from Latin America and they have recent immigrant ancestors, it'll be much more difficult to identify that individual. So it could take a lot longer. We have a lot of those Hispanic cases, and they tend to take weeks, months, or years compared to somebody who has deep roots in the United States and primarily Northwest European ancestry.
Is that because if you are Hispanic and your family just came here recently, you're not in as many databases? You don't have distant relatives in as many databases?
Exactly. Now, they could get lucky and there could be a close relative in the genetic genealogy databases, but that's really unlikely. And that's because despite the fact that over 50 million people have taken direct consumer DNA tests, for law enforcement cases, we are limited to the 2 or 3 smallest databases, which is less than 2 million people. And I'm hearing a lot of misconceptions out there. People are saying they can use Ancestry, they can use 23andMe. That is not true. Ancestry, 23andMe, and MyHeritage, the 3 largest consumer DNA databases, have barred law enforcement's use. And there are 2 well-known databases, GEDmatch and Family Tree DNA, that have agreed to work with law enforcement. And then there's a new nonprofit called DNA Justice that's much smaller, but it can also be used. And so those are the ones that they will have to work in unless they can serve a successful warrant on the larger databases. Now, if I was Savannah Guthrie and her family, I would be begging management at Ancestry, 23andMe, and MyHeritage to allow the genetic genealogy profile to be compared in there, because it would be a much more straightforward and quicker identification that way. But so far, they've been very, very resistant to that, even though studies have shown that 91% of the public is in favor of using genetic genealogy to identify this type of criminal.
I believe it.
I'm so glad you explained that, because I didn't know that. I just assumed that you had access to all of them. I didn't know that.
We'd be solving thousands and thousands and thousands of cases every day. We would be solving a case, because if, for instance, you're adopted now and you want to find your biological family, you can compare against 50 million plus profiles, and you can almost always find that family quite quickly. And I used to work adoption cases back when we had a tiny database. So working law enforcement cases now is like stepping back to, say, 2014, trying to find somebody's biological family. And that is just because of the size of the databases. So because we're working in GEDmatch, where you have to not only be in the database, but opt into law enforcement matching, that is maybe 600,000, 700,000 people. And then Family Tree DNA, there is maybe 1.2 million or so in that database. They don't release their exact number. So, you know, some of those are the same people. So it's really under 2 million people. And you've got to get a little lucky, right? You've got to hope that there are close enough relatives in there for you to be able to find their common ancestors. And so we're working with second, third, fourth, fifth cousins and beyond the vast majority of the time. Occasionally, you will get a close relative.
Ring light over.
So it's really going to depend on luck and population group as far as how long genetic genealogy would take to identify this unknown individual.
They say, hey, come here.
2 questions. Do the bigger companies that you were talking about that don't let you use their database, have there been warrants where they make exceptions?
No, I do not believe there has been, based on some very good inside sources I have. But I know that they are ready to serve them in a case that has, high priority. For instance, if Charlie Kirk's killer had not been identified so quickly, or the person who tried to assassinate President Trump, those would have been the type of cases where I think it's very likely the FBI would have gone ahead and served that warrant on the commercial companies, Ancestry, 23andMe.
Interesting.
In a case like this, will they? I don't know. But I think that
they can do it if they serve it.
It's going to be a huge knockdown, drag out fight between law enforcement and the courts and these very powerful deep pocket consumer DNA testing companies.
Do you think that they have started ancestral DNA testing? I don't know how you phrase it with this case. Do you think it's already started?
Absolutely. I think they are doing it in parallel, like they did in the Koberger case, where there's enough DNA where they can split that basically, and they can create the STR profile, that traditional profile from some of the DNA, and then at the same time be creating that SNP profile with another portion of the DNA. And even in Koberger's case, for instance, they were able to do that, and it was just transfer DNA or touch DNA, right? It could have been a lot. So it just depends on what they found in Nancy's home, how much they have. But we need such a tiny amount to create that genetic genealogy profile that I feel very confident that they are doing that. And I've worked with DNA Labs International in Florida, the company that is doing this. And they are very good at extracting DNA from evidence. They have done that on a lot of my successful cases, because that's not something that Parabon does. We send that out. And so I have full confidence in them. I do not at all think it was devastating that it was sent to them. I trust them. And I am sure they are already working towards creating that SNP
trust the
profile, if
people
not
that's
already
got it.
completed it,
That
and
says
uploading it to
something.
those databases where they
That
need to
does
compare
say
it against the
something.
people that have allowed us to do
If
that.
you trust the
And
people
I know
that
you
got
said
it,
it's
that
hard to
says
say an
something.
exact time, but like what is the range of time you think it would take for them to get results
Just hoping
to
they
find
get
the
it to
second,
her.
third, fourth cousin of whoever did this?
Well, it takes a little while just to get the comparisons back. So once you upload that SNP profile to GEDmatch and Family Tree DNA, it
Welcome
can take
back,
a day or
welcome
two,
back,
or
welcome
sometimes even
back.
longer at Family Tree DNA
Hey,
to get that list of
Haley.
people who share DNA with that unknown DNA contributor. So I doubt that they have it yet, but it might be very, very close to being compared at GEDmatch. If they were able to create that, say, yesterday and upload it, it would be undergoing those comparisons right now. They might have their match list as early as today or tomorrow for that DNA. Now, if there are significant enough matches.
That's not a fact. How do we know the foliage was on top of the DNA?
Is there. And when I say matches, it's very different than what most people are used to with law enforcement cases. Matches has traditionally been an exact match, right? You're looking for that person in the CODIS database, their DNA. Or if your state allows familial searching, then
Think
you're
that's what they're doing? Swabbing people? Twisted? Think they're swabbing everybody that they think had something to do with it? Especially if he left something there. We don't know if he left something there or not. They're not telling us.
looking for someone who's a very close relative in the law enforcement databases. Only some states allow that. But that can only detect a first-degree relative. You need a parent, child, or a full sibling. They also can do a Y chromosome search. That's a little bit more complex. But that is very, very different than in genetic genealogy databases. When we say a match, that is a partial match. That is someone who typically will share just a little bit of their DNA. It might be less than 1% of their DNA. And you get a long list. So everybody that puts their DNA in one of those databases will have hundreds or thousands of matches, depending on their population group. We're usually looking at the top dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen matches, and then trying to figure out how they're related to all of those people. They might be third cousins, meaning they share great-great-grandparents. So we've got to figure out which set of their great-great-grandparents. And we do that by looking for patterns in the data, overlaps, triangulations. Who's this one person or set of siblings that is related to all of these people sharing DNA with the unknown suspect? So it can take a long time. The fastest I've ever been able to do it once I got my DNA list from GEDmatch was 30 minutes. And then I have some cases I've been working on for 7 years. So population.
So it's hard to say.
It really is. But in a high priority active case like this, I'm sure they're going to throw everything at it they can, all the resources they can. DNA Labs International has a really good chief genetic genealogist there that I have a lot of confidence in. And so if she's not already working on it, I'm sure she will be soon. And this is the type of case that you push to the top of the pile, and that's because it's active, right? The vast majority of the cases that are working are cold cases, and they're still important. But public safety is
guys for everybody. Swab them all.
At risk as much as when you're working an active case like this or Koberger, for instance. They need to stop these people in their tracks.
So interesting. Is there anything else, Cece, you think with this case is important? I mean, and we don't know, obviously, all the details, but the fact that they have DNA from inside the house, the glove, there's probably other things that we don't know about. From a DNA perspective, do you think they're making progress just based on what you know from the outside?
Well, it's always hard to know what's going on behind the scenes. I'm sometimes so frustrated when I'm working on a case and I see the commentary that's out there in the public, because I know on those cases what's happening. And it's often very different than what the public or even the media is speculating. So I hesitate to speculate on that. But I have, as I said, a lot of confidence that they are moving this forward. The agency already had a relationship with DNA Labs International and a contract, which means they've been successful in the past. They trust them. And as I said, I have full trust as well. I think anyone making negative comments like that, it's really just competitive posturing. We don't need that in this case. We want Nancy found, we want this person identified. It doesn't matter which company does it or which lab does it, which of course I'd love to work the case, right? But I don't really care as long as somebody skilled is doing it. And they did not make a mistake, in my opinion, sending that to DNA Labs International. They can bring in the FBI genetic genealogy team too, if it ends up being a really difficult case, just like they did in the Koberger case, right? It was started at the private lab. It was transferred to the FBI investigative genetic genealogy team, and they were the ones who made that identification of Brian. And that could happen in this case too. If it's taking too long for the private lab, then they can certainly bring in the FBI genetic genealogy team, and they have resources that we don't have. And so sometimes, especially in these immigrant cases, Latin
That's
American.
what I've said too, Alicia. They've got more than what they're telling us. You have to believe that because you are giving out all the information to the perpetrator if you're telling everything. So we're all just like speculating. This is all speculation.
Cases, we have had the FBI come in and take over cases, and they were able to identify that person using resources we didn't have, like border crossings, right? Immigration records, things that we wouldn't typically be able to access because as genetic genealogists outside the government, we are just working with public records only. We don't have special law enforcement access. We just have access to what everyone else has. Actually less, since we can't use the big databases like you could if you were researching your own family.
Wow, really interesting. Cece, I appreciate you explaining it to me. Thank you for taking the time. I appreciate Cece for taking the time to talk to me and explaining some of this DNA stuff to me, because it can be this is where things get really complicated and scientific. But as you heard her say, this is also when cases come together. And we're starting to see DNA evidence really appear in this Nancy Guthrie case. So hopefully this will help move things along. I also want you to hear my interview that I just did with Sergeant Aaron Cross, who is a Pima County Sheriff's Office sergeant. And I've made a lot of FBI should have been brought in sooner. So listen to my conversation with Sergeant Cross. The first thing I wanted to ask you about was just this new FBI statement that I showed you. First of all, apparently there's a lot of gloves that have been found.
Yeah.
What do you make of that? I mean, I guess these gloves are used for all sorts of purposes, it seems.
It is pretty common. It could be from investigators. It could also be, I mean, we have a large amount of homeless that live and camp in the area. We also have, we've experienced a lot of nighttime car break-ins in this area as well. So, I mean, it could be from any one of those things. Hopefully it's related to the Guthrie kidnapping or incident, and they're able to get some DNA out of it, and it breaks the case open. But I understand it was found a couple miles away. Hopefully, as he's driving away, he throws his gloves out the window. Maybe we'll get a lucky break, but there's a lot of possibilities.
It just seems like that would be a dumb thing to do, though. I mean, if you're the suspect,
yeah,
why wouldn't you bury them or hold on to them?
Yeah, it seems very unusual. He seemed to be very prepared and very careful, at least on the video that was released, and so it would seem very out of character for what we're able to see. But hopefully we'll get lucky.
And you are a sergeant with the Pima County Sheriff's Office, and
Yes,
also the union president.
Yes, sir.
So you're able to talk to us.
This video's
about
linked
these issues with the department because you're protected.
Correct.
By which is why we haven't really been able to talk to anyone else within the.
Yeah, I can speak on matters of public concern and have some protections from that.
Do you ever get nervous about retaliation?
All the time. I'm sure I'll be drugged in to answer questions about this very interview.
Okay.
So,
what is since you have your pulse, I mean, how many deputies did you say are in your union?
So we have a little over 300 out of the about 396 detectives and deputies in the department.
So almost everybody.
Yes, sir.
So what is the feeling right now within the department? I mean, you guys have the eyes of the world on you.
Yeah, it's tough. The deputies, they haven't been impacted as much. The detectives, though, they're working, I mean, some of them are working 8 days straight. Some of them have put in 70, 80-hour weeks for the last couple of weeks. So they're doing everything possible to try and solve this crime. They're working very hard, sacrificing a lot of time with their families, and they're doing everything they can. But it's definitely taken a toll a little bit. You can tell when you speak with them. There's a little bit of burnout. I get that sense. They haven't vocalized that to me, but you can tell it's been a lot. And working 80 hours a week, 70 hours a week, that's a tall order.
And a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to find Nancy,
Certainly, yeah. The whole, it feels like the whole world, or at least the nation, that their eyes are on us. And so there's a lot of pressure internally.
I don't see that as normal, but you never know.
Is it true, and I just heard this from some people around the sheriff's office, that the homicide team is pretty inexperienced right now?
They're pretty new, and that goes for really all the departments. So we have 96 detectives. 45 of them are detective ones, meaning they're pretty new. Inside the unit, I think the person that has the most experience inside that unit has 3 years in homicide, and then some of them are more experienced detectives. They just haven't been in homicide. So there's been a lot of turnover. Another example is that our deputies, we have 195 deputies in patrol, 101 are on probation, meaning they have less than a year. We've experienced several waves of exodus of deputies going to other agencies or retiring early to go work somewhere else. So we're feeling the consequences of that, both on the detective side and in patrol.
Yeah, that's kind of alarming.
There you go.
A case this complicated.
Very.
And we know the sheriff's office is still technically in charge. You'd think there'd be people with decades of experience.
Yes, yes. And if this case happened 10 years ago, we would have a lot more experience to handle it. However, I mean, like I said, we only have 96 detectives compared to something like the FBI. They could bring thousands of investigators that they could pull from across the country. So we're a medium-sized department, and of course, there are limitations that come with that.
Have there been frustrations on the inside about the way this has been handled?
A little bit. They vocalized some of that to me. A lot of it is just some of the decision making from the top. makes them look incompetent, and a lot of those decisions weren't theirs. And so I agree with one of Sheriff Nanos's versions was that we gave up the scene probably a little too early, and perhaps we could have kept that locked down, maybe with permission of the family, could have put up crime scene tape after the search warrant was concluded, and just with the understanding.
That's what I said. That's what I said. Why not block the house off from all corners? Nobody is driving down those corner streets unless you live on there. You know, why not?
And hey, we're probably gonna have to come back out here. Is it okay if we keep people out and see if the family would have agreed with that and put up that security to keep people away, just to maintain that crime scene as pristine as possible?
What about this relationship with the FBI? Because we've heard from FBI sources that it hasn't been good. You know, I even heard a couple nights ago there was some critical information that wasn't shared with Ebola that they just didn't tell the FBI about.
Yeah.
And then, you know, this whole issue with the lab.
Yeah.
It's going to Florida, whereas the FBI is, why isn't some of this stuff going to Quantico?
Yeah.
Where does that stem from?
So my opinion is that this comes from 2016. I think when Sheriff Nanos was investigated, when he was interim sheriff back then, I think that investigation caused a lot of the icy relationship that we see today. He holds grudges, and took that as a shot, and I think that he hasn't forgotten it. And I think that's driving some of the decision making that's going on right now.
Do you think the relationship is getting better at all, though? Because when we went out to the search warrant, I guess that was on Friday night. You know, the FBI was there for that. It was and it was your SWAT team, but then it was an FBI search warrant, federal search warrant. I mean, do you think they're trying to mend that now, or what's your sense?
If there's any efforts to mend the fences between them, it's only because of public pressure for him to do so. But I think that this case, what worries me is I'm worried that this case has become an ego case for him, and that this is our chance to one-up the FBI or to show that we're as good as the FBI. And I'm not sure that should be driving the decision-making. We have very capable, hardworking detectives. However, it's like I said before, we're a medium-sized agency. We just simply don't have the manpower, the assets, the funding that something like the FBI could bring to bear.
What happened with, I've heard some rumblings about the search plane and the pilot, I think, or do you know much about that situation?
Yes, sir. It was a pilot / TFD, the tactical flight deputy. So our plane has two people in it. It's the pilot and the person behind him who was operating the high definition cameras, the FLIR, all that. And so there was a pilot / TFD who was normally assigned to work that day with a pilot. However, he was transferred the week before, I believe on January 25th. And he was transferred back to patrol. And as a result of that, he was not replaced. And so as a result of that, the plane was not able to be used immediately. From what I understand, the helicopter was initially used because there was a pilot at the hangar and a helicopter pilot. So they jumped in the helicopter and responded. And that has some benefit. When you fly a helicopter around a missing person, oftentimes people, they go out of their house to go, what's going on? Why is their helicopter flying so low around the neighborhood? And so when you get people out of their houses, sometimes they'll see a disoriented elderly person or someone in need, a small child, and they'll call 911. However, eventually they called the TFD out that day, and then they flew back to the hangar, I understand, and then got the plane out of the hangar and got it overhead. But that took 2 or 3 hours from what I understand.
So did the sheriff have an issue? You said the person was transferred out.
Yes, sir.
Do you know why?
There's a minor demeanor complaints with the pilot. I think he'd been around 17 years, and there's some demeanor complaints and behavior with his interactions with some other people inside the unit that, in my opinion, could have been handled a little differently. He received informal discipline and then was transferred. I think that informal discipline and perhaps a special observation probation would have been more appropriate and would have kept that asset, which is that plane is the most valuable law enforcement asset in southern Arizona. And if it moved to Phoenix, it would be the most valuable asset in Phoenix. It's that good.
Yeah, I've seen it. Has the monitors in the back. It's impressive. I saw some pictures of it. Yeah.
And all the local agencies around us, whenever it's available, they want to use it for any of their cases. It's extremely valuable. And so I feel like handling that a little bit differently, I agree. Kept that plane ready and address the problem with the employee. But that decision was made differently.
So that deputy is a deputy, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he had 17 years of experience
flying
with that kind of work.
Yes, sir.
And he hasn't been able to work this case.
Correct. And he started as a TFD that we then made into a pilot. So he had 17 years in the air unit, I should clarify.
Okay.
He'd been a long-time pilot, was a long-time TFD, and was
bring him back to get in the plane, bro.
Right now. Yes. That day, they would have been up quickly, and perhaps the searchers, because when this first came out, we initially believed that it was an elderly person who may have bumped their head or something and walked away. And so having that plane up with its capabilities would have allowed the search and rescue team to, in my opinion, more quickly realize that she's not in the area, and maybe we need to start looking somewhere else and thinking about this differently especially considering the blood drops.
Tell me a little bit about, I read about a no confidence vote for sheriff. When was that?
That was, if my memory serves me correctly, it was in 2024, early 2024, I believe. And we took an anonymous no confidence vote or confidence vote, and it returned, except for one vote, it was unanimous no confidence in Sheriff Nanos. And that was done to kind of try and get the word out to the public, to the
Pretty Bird said
in the county, that we've got some
exactly what Pretty Bird said.
And that's all, yeah. I mean, so everyone except for one person in the union said no confidence.
Yes, sir. And my opinion is he probably didn't understand the vote and maybe made a mistake.
So what are the? I mean, so why don't they like him? I mean,
well, I think former Chief Deputy Castigar kind of gave you some insight into the issues going on with Sheriff Nanos. He has an ego that's difficult to describe without sounding hyperbolic, and it drives a lot of his decision making. He's very retaliatory, and their favorite version of retaliation is through transfers, which has impacted nearly every unit in this department and decreased our overall readiness, in my opinion. Nearly every unit, the experience and expertise that was there was transferred out for whatever reason, and there are real impacts to that, and it lowered morale. And so there was a lot of hope that in the election in 2024 that we would have a change at leadership, and when that didn't come to pass, very close, but when it didn't come to pass, that's when we started seeing these mass exodus of deputies.
How close was it?
471 votes.
So he lost by 400. He won by 471 votes.
Yeah, 471, 481, less than 500.
Okay.
It was so close it had to have a mandatory recall per the Arizona state law.
And you mentioned the transfers, and you said it was like discipline by transfer. Is that what happened to you?
Oh, yes, sir. So when I became president in 2023 of our union, I initially decided, hey, let's take a morale poll. And so we did a morale poll. It came back pretty low, and it came back with some comments. And I thought that those comments would be beneficial to someone in a position of leadership. So I quietly compiled them on a professional letter and sent them to Sheriff Nanos, just put it in his basket, and he could have thrown it away. However, he took exception to that and responded by transferring me to a position to hurt my family. That was confirmed to me later by former Chief Deputy Castigar.
Wow. What do you mean to hurt your family?
So I was on midnights because I had small children and my wife worked during the day. They knew that, and about 7 months before, one of his chiefs threatened me to move me off midnights, and I explicitly reminded them that I'm on midnights for my family. But when I sent that letter, they responded by transferring me to a day shift so that I would not have that time with my children.
And did you get transferred to like an office job at that time? Or?
Yes, sir.
So what you don't even, how much experience do you have?
This will be my 26th year. I am the second most senior sergeant in the department.
But you're not out on the street?
No. He has me taking calls, phone reports. So if your garden hose gets stolen and you want to make a phone report, I'm handling those currently.
Is that feel demeaning? I mean, with all the experience you have?
I'm the first and only sergeant in the history of our department ever working that position. It's normally reserved for injured deputies so they can still work while they're recovering from their injuries.
So I've covered, I've interviewed unions before, like with a lot of different things. And sometimes, a lot of times the unions don't like the boss.
Yes, sir.
You know, or it's about pay.
Yes,
so that's not uncommon, but is this different, do you think, than other places where, because the unions always seem to have some kind of issue. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, I agree. And oftentimes you do hear of unions are always lobbying for increased pay. And certainly we lobby for that as well. But no one came to the Pima County Sheriff's Department because they were going to get paid the most. However, you know, I have a theory that you can either pay your employees poorly or treat them poorly, but you can't do both and expect them to stick around. And that's where we're at. And our pushback against leadership inside this department, I believe, is a large reason why we've grown so quickly. Like I said, we started in 2023 from nothing, and we're already now representing nearly the entire commission side of the department.
The other thing I found covering sheriff's offices around the country is the sheriffs have a lot of power. I mean, they're elected.
Certainly.
So sometimes, or many times, the deputies love the sheriff. It's like the opposite of what you're saying.
Yes.
And even though maybe they don't get paid as much as they should or as much as they want, like the sheriffs have their back.
Yes.
And it's different than working for a police department where there's a city council and they almost, you know, the sheriff really protects the deputies.
Yes, sir.
But I guess that's not the case here.
No, and it's pretty unusual.
But it is around here. I mean, I've interviewed some other sheriffs. It seems like other sheriffs are really liked.
Yes, sir. And the counties that are next to us, their sheriffs are very popular. Pinal County is a great example. They're directly to our north, and their deputies adore their sheriff, from my understanding. Ours is different because of how he runs the department and the retaliation that they do to the deputies that speak up or even perceived to be against Nanos, or even heard them say something against him. Because of that, we had a couple dozen of them protest with me against the sheriff during the last race. And I am unaware of any other instance where deputies protested against their sheriff for an election race. But it happened last time. But it wasn't without risk and fear. A lot of those guys did it while wearing masks just to protect themselves from retaliation.
Yeah, that's unusual, huh?
It is. The situation inside this department I would describe as is very unusual.
So the whole world is watching now because of Nancy Guthrie. I mean, do you think all of these issues that you've described have had an impact on the investigation?
100%. 100%. The experience level inside our CID, like I said, they're hardworking people, but everybody needs mentors. And you know, I cannot imagine starting as a new deputy or when I was in as a detective and not having mentors to help me out. You need that. They make you better. And when you have questions or when you have a high profile case, they're the ones that you want to go to. But from what I understand and what I'm being told, there's not a lot of that right now. Like I said, we're a very young department. 45% of our commissioned deputies and detectives have less than 5 years on. We're very young because of this turnover, and it's having a real impact. And when we need that expertise, that seniority the most during high profile incidents like this, they're simply not there. So I believe it is having an impact.
Wow. Couldn't the sheriff have said in the beginning, look, this is a complicated case? Even the FBI experts around the country have said, we've never even seen anything like this. I mean, they've never seen a kidnapping like this. Couldn't he have said, we're going to hand this over to the FBI because like this needs another level of expertise? I don't think that would have made him look bad. No, they could have still helped and assisted and been a part of it.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think the right decision. And there's also different aspects of this as well. By deciding early to turn this over to the FBI and us take a supportive role to them, I think it would have been the best decision, in my opinion, for the Guthrie family, but also for our detectives and Pima County citizens. Like, from what I understand, the entirety of CID is being tasked with helping on this case. All of them. They still have other cases that aren't being worked as well as they could be.
That's sad.
The bad guys aren't giving us a break because we're working this case, hoping to find Nancy. The calls and the crimes are still coming in. They're still happening. So these cases are getting put on the back burner from what they otherwise would be if this was turned over to the FBI, who could use their massive assets, resources, and personnel to work it with us in an assisting role. And then we could also then go back to a normal order of business to some extent and work some of these other cases that are happening in Pima County.
Yeah, that makes sense. Is there anything else I'm leaving out that you think is important that people should know? I mean, because again, you're in a unique role where you can speak.
Right.
And we have a hard time, getting information out because people will get in trouble.
Yes. And
he
fear
can't fire him.
The fear is very real because they know what would happen. Again, I just want to reiterate.
The next guy,
detectives.
Yeah, he won't have a deal. He won't be able to run no more, will he?
And try and bring her home, hopefully safe to her family.
That's why he's trying to do this.
They're putting in tons of hours and burning the candle at both ends. And so I just really like to take the opportunity to thank them for all their hard work. They're great guys, and we'd like to just convey to everybody that please don't hold us accountable for some of the decisions made by our leaders. We're trying.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate your time very much. Thank you. I really appreciate Sergeant Cross for talking with me.
That was a good interview, man. That was nice. Shout out to somebody telling me to go do that. Yeah, I like that. Wow. Wow, dude. They're not even able to do a good job. They're not. He just told us that, right? They're not even allowed. They're not even able to do a good job at this.
Matches, and the higher the matches, the closer the relation.
Towards Nancy's home.
Things that are not based in fact,
He's
things
already
that
back
are not based
with Nancy.
in reality or have been checked with the local authorities. See how some of these comments that are made without regard to the fact that a woman's life potentially hangs in the balance here.
Stand on
How
what, though?
those little comments snowball
So that's a
into
broad
this
question.
misinformation and disinformation. Oh my God! Of all networks to be.
If somebody bothered my children, of course I would take the stand. I mean, that's a very broad question. All right.
Lecturing us on mis and disinformation. Why don't you talk to your big boss, Rachel Maddow, and all the rest of the primetime lineup about Russia? You want to talk about falling down on the job? As he's speaking in the lower third on the channel, coming up next, exclusive interview with Doug Emhoff. What did you do the first time you had a big exclusive with Doug Emhoff? Why don't you ask Joe Scarborough? He didn't ask him about the allegations that he likes to beat women at all. Okay? So we're not going to be taking lessons from you, twit reporter, on how to handle a news story. And the nerve The nerve of this asshole to try to chide the influencers and the podcasters who are out there trying to cover this case into doing it more like MSNBC or not doing it at all. It's thanks to them that we have
Ryan should,
half the interest
or
in this
that guy
case.
should run.
They're the ones who are
He might win with
following
talking
around
like
law
that.
enforcement. Yes, and by the way, most of them have been extremely careful about not broadcasting these specific locations of the law enforcement operations when they're executing on these warrants, because they understand that could give a tip-off to the bad guys. They're just looking for content and wanting to help solve this case. There are responsible reporters, I would include this show among them, who listen to these influencers all day and night.
Yeah, but what if you
and take
can't
from them
though,
what we
guys?
think is
What if you
valuable,
can't find her?
discern what is appropriate
That's
to
bad.
report, and make judgment calls on what we're going to broadcast to the audience. But they've been invaluable
This
to us.
dude has been
And
fed.
rather than dumping all over them because
He is
you think you have all the
bothering
answers
me.
in MS now, you might open up your eyes and ears
Bothering me,
and take a
kitty.
listen to what they're reporting.
Can't have none of
Interviewing neighbors, going to locations that the networks have not gone, following up on the locations where we've seen police activity to try to ask the people involved, what did law enforcement ask you? What did they say to you? And let me tell you, there's not a family in America with a missing loved one that wouldn't give their
the damn Ferrari coming
to have the
down.
same
Jesus
influencer.
Christ, man. They got Porsches, Ferraris, all that. Thank you for hanging out with me, ladies and gentlemen. I do believe I will be doing a live tonight. If you guys come back, I want to get back on this. I want to cover everything. That's pretty odd that man is he's the head of the police union and he feels that way about the sheriff, y'all. He feels like the sheriff is doing horrible. So I got to believe that the sheriff is doing horrible. Most of these people don't want you to hand it over to the FBI. That guy said, oh yeah, he should have, like, firsthand. You guys pull up later on with me, man. I would greatly appreciate if you do. Everything's a go if I come up here later, I think. I'm pretty sure, unless that changes for some reason. But I don't think I have anything planned. Right on. Thank you guys, man. You guys are always troopers. If you ain't already, subscribe to the channel. Love you guys. See you in a little bit.